that working? It might be working. Great.
So
Did I forgot to
Are
do
we
anything with my
alive?
life in the last 3 months? Oh no.
I mean, no, you did things with other people.
Did
I think
I?
I was just not necessarily there.
I don't know, Sarah. I'm very concerned now.
Eh.
Yeah, it's been a while for this one.
Really? Wow. Guys, I wasted
I-
my
May.
summer.
I do not have
May?
very many healing surges left.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we kind of all lost them
Yeah, I've just got 2 left.
You misplaced them.
when somebody dropped a bunch of rocks on our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then somebody went into some crocodile-infested waters without
Yep.
checking for anything.
As we stall for time for Georgia,
My last game was May 25th.
that's not possible.
That's where all my notes are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The other half of the group played more recently, right? Is that true, or am I making
I don't
everything
think
up?
so.
my
Yeah,
God.
actually, we
Maybe
played
by a couple
before-
weeks.
Yeah, we played before the other group did.
Oh my gosh.
So they were more recent, but it wasn't by a whole lot.
Sorry,
Okay.
Tony.
It seems recent to me because I just edited it, but
Yeah. Thank you, Erica. Jason was just asking, what are we doing in this game? So as
The game
I have
before the
some
one in
notes.
May was in February.
That's-
Mine
wow.
was in March,
Okay.
Maybe.
It was a
I
long
have
time ago.
31st of March.
We got it
prior
now,
to
though.
that.
We're good. We're all good. Yes, everybody start recording. If you're not already recording, please begin recording now.
Jason, I was already recording. Should I start recording?
No, you should keep recording.
you don't push the
Oh,
button.
I'm recording now. My computer has started
So
doing
push the
a fun
button?
thing where the fan is really audible. I apologize if that happens.
That's okay. I have software to take care of that.
awesome.
you've got
Also-
fans on site there?
Yeah.
the
Really
Yes, I had
software
fans.
infects
Improves
Monty's
the
computer and
morale.
turns the fan off.
So, as a note of overhead, I have a hard stop at 3 p.m. PST. So,
Okay.
What is that in my time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock your time.
Okay, good to know.
It's technically the end of the session today, but I do actually have a hard stop at that point.
Yes. Can you remind me as we get close to that? And I will make sure that that is super hard stop. We may even,
Absolutely.
depending on the timing of sessions, because we'll do like an hour break, things like that. Maybe we'll even end well before that. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm
I'm
I'm okay
always
with
a
that.
little worried that I have not prepped enough. So when you tell me things like that, it's like, relief. Surely we will not run out of content today then.
I feel like we're shooting for 3 episodes today, basically.
Mhm.
2, 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 with breaks.
I also-
Yeah, that seems reasonable, right?
I also noticed that the next doodle lists 5 hours. That true 5 hours straight of D&D.
That
which
was
I don't mind.
somewhat arbitrary, and it
That's
can.
the dream.
I think it's are you available in this period, and then we won't do it for 5 hours. We've done some of the UK TPK has been 5 hours long, and let me tell you, that last hour,
Let me tell you,
A lot.
you all have agency as people, and you should always feel entitled to say, "Can we stop playing Dungeons and Dragons now?"
Yeah.
Steve, do
Why
not say it
would I
right now. Steve.
Why would we say that?
Well, I mean, at the 4-hour mark, you may be like, "I really need to go get food. I have people
That's
in my
fair.
life I care about, and they're waiting outside this room, and you're in the way." Tony, shut up. You know, I like the hour with a break, and I feel like that break includes a renegotiation of like, how long are we doing this thing?
Yeah,
So,
hour
you know.
of the break is nice.
All right. It has been 10 minutes, and we haven't heard anything specific from Georgia that she is on her way. So I think we should proceed. Erica, you have Georgia's character sheet. We don't necessarily know how hurt she is. I may, for that reason, make there be a daily arrest in your near future. How's that?
Ooh, I like it.
This is how I roll.
It doesn't show up.
Daily rest would be really nice because I only
Yeah.
have 1 healing surge left for today.
It seems like you want more than that.
Yes.
All right. Any other procedural questions before I introduce the episode?
What are we doing here?
recording.
You
No.
are searching for one of the remaining members of Rutherford Umbrook's party
That.
for possible clues about his whereabouts. Unfortunately, instead of just being in town, that person started their own adventuring party and went down into Under Mountain with a bunch of rapscallions and started a war with some lizard folk. And so you're now caught in the middle of a war between lizard folks and scoundrels.
Rapscallions.
Oh,
Mhm.
I knew all that. I just meant like metaphysically.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. You've made some choices.
And here to give the color commentary for today's D&D is Bill Walton, everybody.
Wow, I'm real happy to be here.
Going across the universe and seeking a sword that is a dream, but also a fork.
I almost understand enough about sports to know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, you know as much about baseball as Bill Walton does, Tony. Let me
How
tell
did
you
Bill
that.
Walton?
more.
So I saw
don't
lots of
think it's
people discussing
unlikely.
his commentary. Who is Bill Walton?
He is
I've
a
never
Yeah,
heard that.
that was my
He is
question.
a Hall of Fame basketball player and basketball announcer who did a
And-
baseball game last night because
How-
the White Sox TV guy, the color commentator, is not on the trip to LA, and he got 3 interesting people to fill in for him, the first of which was Bill Walton, and it was
And
hilarious.
they don't vet people at all.
It was, I think, people back in Chicago were probably angry, but everybody else who watched it was delighted. So
It was a stunt.
it was
and it worked.
amazing. It was amazing.
And was he playing a character, or do you think that is actually
He is
who
a character.
That's,
Yeah.
he lives. I met him. I don't know at UCSD. Mike Granberry taught the journalism class in the comm department, and he was a friend of Walton, so he would bring in Walton to be interviewed by the class. So I got to interview Bill Walton, and he is that is who he is. Also
Yeah.
7 feet tall.
That's
He's
amazing.
a Hall of Fame basketball player, but he thinks of himself first as a Grateful Dead fan,
As a deadhead, yes.
and then other stuff.
Yes. It's amazing. You watch the videos;
Wow.
they're on Twitter. It's great. It's just amazing. And there's a grand slam at one point, and he's like, "And it goes off into the universe." It's amazing.
What is that? Is that called a gapper?
Is that a gapper? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, a
It's
grand
amazing.
slam.
Grand
He says
slam.
first.
That's what he said. Yep.
I mean,
you got it,
slam.
Steve. Yeah, it's
I love it.
amazing. Anyway,
good
okay,
stuff.
I am
So you're
recording.
saying
We
there's
are all
there's-
recording and streaming. I think we are good
Thank
to go.
God.
I've been recording for the past 11 minutes.
Look at all this
There's hope
Bill
for
Walton
me.
talk.
Someday I could get picked out as a baseball commentator.
Yeah,
Could happen.
That would be
I've learned
amazing.
a little bit about
I would watch
baseball.
that game.
bases ball.
All you have to do, Tony, is start playing basketball and make it to the Hall of Fame, and you're in.
That's damn it,
yeah.
that's a
You're set.
Mike Schur was one of the guys
Mike
too.
sure
wasn't
is
he?
tonight.
So all you have to do is start a really funny, mean sports blog,
Yep.
and then
Become a
create
famous TV
2 or
guy.
3 great television shows, and then you're in.
Actually,
like
you
that's
only
more
need to be.
doable.
You don't need to have a sports blog, and you only need to create one TV show because the guy who did AP Bio is tomorrow.
Oh,
But he's a White Sox fan. He's a ringer. All right, let's let's do it.
I'm wearing White Sox. No, that's not true. These are Black Sox. Oh no.
Scandalous.
I'm not wearing socks.
All right.
Say it ain't so, Tony.
Isn't it cold again?
It is kind of.
This is all right. We are streaming
Anyway.
this quality soccer-related content out
Here's
onto the
Wonderwall.
internet. Georgia has confirmed that she will not be here. So let us play.
Can we do that?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Not show up? Because
No.
Yeah.
I got stuff I could,
Nope. You're here, Steve.
Oh.
Somebody time down.
Okay.
Previously on Total Party Kill, Dragon Storage and Associates were split asunder.
Orange.
Yeah.
I said Dragon Storage.
You said sir.
Recording.
Dragon Storage.
Larry Storch.
Previously on Total Party Kill, Dragon Forge and Associates were split asunder and forced to navigate the caves and caverns of Undermountain with only half their group. They made some unexpected acquaintances along the way and learned some things about the happenings in Undermountain. But will they ever meet up again? Will they ever learn more about the fate of one Rutherford Umbrusk? Theoretically, the reason for all of these adventures.
Unlikely.
Will they even return to Waterdeep alive? For answers to questions
What?
such as these, let us play Dungeons and Dragons!
Tony, what is the
Man.
difference between a cave and a cavern? I'm curious.
They're very different. Please consult your nearest theologist for a lengthy answer. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar. Joining me today are several players, truly the finest that were available at this time on this call. Starting in the order that they are displayed on my screen, it's Monty Ashley.
Hello, I am Monty Ashley. I am playing Melik, the Tiefling Wizard. He has an orb.
He has an orb. It's I almost introduced you as Flessa, but it's Erica Ensign.
Yes, I am playing Flessa, who is a tiny, small human rogue who does a lot of backflips and stabbing.
Next up, it's Sarah Barbour.
Hi, I'm Sarah Barber. I'm playing Rizwin, a dwarven cleric. I like to drink some ale.
Who doesn't?
Thing I do.
That's it. I mean, you got it. You nailed
Also
it. That's
here,
Bruce
it's
Wayne.
Jason Snell.
Hi, I am playing Peter Dragonforge, who's living in his parents' basement. Just got out of Paladin school and loves the new life he's built for himself as an adventurer with these knuckleheads.
And last but not least,
Really?
it's Steve Lutz. Hey, that's the one nice thing you're going to get out of me today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
That
better
was
than
it.
usual.
That was it. Steve Lutz.
Arguably not least, Steve Lutz.
It's me. I'm Steve Lutz. I may or may not be least. We'll find out shortly. I'm still playing a Lestrin. I'm an Elven Ranger.
Indeed, you are. So I would say let us rejoin our heroes, but our heroes are split apart.
Aw.
So we will join Alestrin and Flessa, played by Steve and Erica, and Akrid, who is hanging in the back, played by the not present Georgia Dow. I believe that you have navigated a variety of weird caverns and whatnot. You saw some strange things happen to people you met along the way, and you stand before a large stone double door.
Dumbledore.
I believe when last we discussed this, you were about to open the door.
Yeah, I think we may have actually been in the process of opening it.
I think Rizwin and Peter already opened the door, and Melik as well.
That might be a different door.
Different. Oh,
I would like to let my love open the door, if that's possible.
As you are thinking about it, the door opens.
Patiently.
Where even
Yes.
are we? I don't see us on this map.
Do
I don't
you?
see you on the map either.
Haha! I am an expert. Whatever it is I'm doing, allow me
Dungeon
to put you
mastering?
on the map that I am looking at. You may need to scroll to the top leftish corner.
Oh, look.
There you are.
Hey, it's us.
It's three of you. And as you are looking at that door, before you can even open the door opens. And beyond, you see, opening the door, three threatening, creepy, terrifying-looking monsters. Oh, wait. It's your friends.
Oh.
I
my
look kind of like
God.
a monster. I got horns.
You're
Yep.
alive!
Bosses!
My God. How are you guys?
Oh, man. Now I've got
okay.
to tell me what to do again.
Hi, Alma.
There you are. We have been
Traveling
looking
with
all
this-
over for you.
Where
Lizard
have
lady
you
that
been?
exploded, and it was really
Wait,
gross.
what?
What?
There's a lizard lady that exploded?
Yeah, well, there
Turned into-
was.
She turned into Snake.
We had some lizard friends, but they didn't explode. They just
They-
left.
They
Well,
didn't
you guys
turn
got
into
ripped off.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't
Gosh.
Snakes.
How are you all doing?
Well, I'm kind of tired. I touched a statue. It was a mimic.
No.
You started this day off with a hangover. You can't be feeling great.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great. I had way too much beer last night. Like
And then
that,
a lot of rocks fell on your head.
Yeah.
a lot.
So many
So
rocks fell on
many.
our heads.
Ugh.
It hurt a lot.
I thought you liked rocks.
You know, not all dwarves like rocks, okay?
But
Hey.
you specifically.
Hey, we met that Shtuck, the lizard guy who we
Yeah,
met
Shtuck.
before down in the down in the crazy spider lair with all the wiring, like when we did that adventure.
Oh,
not too
yeah, I
long
remember
ago. We
that
met
guy.
him again, but he's gone now. They like took a boat and they're out of here.
It's
Yeah, we
fine.
Boat?
I wasn't fond of him anyway.
And we met somebody named Croca who had an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at
They were
least it
pretty
wasn't
cool.
a crocodile. We saw lots of crocodiles.
We did too. We
Yeah.
managed not to get eaten by them.
Hmm.
It seems you did too.
Where's the alligator now?
Crocodiles.
They're gone.
Well, they
Yeah.
had an alligator with
Yeah,
them.
they're gone. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Are you
Dust now.
gonna see it later?
It's eerie. It's like we've been brought back together. I'm glad you're not dead, I guess is what I'm saying, because you could have
Yeah.
been because of the rocks crushing us.
Yeah.
Glad you're not dead too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Jury's still
And
out for me.
everyone is glad that everyone is not dead.
Hooray. There
What
was much
is
rejoicing.
next for Dragonforge and Associates? I think they've
A
earned
nap.
a nap because things are bad. And so they decide to camp out here in the foyer
Oh,
of
I
a
love a nap.
ancient underground
Oh, love a good
temple.
foyer.
The-
We were going to go that way, and you guys seems like you were going that way.
Don't go that way. There's a lot of
Oh.
crocodiles.
Okay.
And indeed, there is a third path.
And dead snakes.
Death?
It's Undermountain.
So you decide to camp out here in the foyer of this horrible temple.
Foyer.
Foyer. Thank you.
Vestibule.
You're all fired. Things are a little unsettling here. The air is really kind of damp and humid. Usually the tunnels of Undermountain are pretty, quiet. But here in this strange temple, there's kind of the buzz of insects. You even occasionally hear the kind of like little noises of a frog in the distance. Maybe the rustling as a little salamander or newt kind of climbs along the vines that are kind of peeking up from between the rocks. And of course, the main feature in this foyer is a large statue that is soaked with blood. So you got that going for you.
I was curious about that.
Maybe
that is blood.
Oh wait,
that is blood.
The bloody
or raspberry jam from something that bleeds raspberry jam.
So, have we successfully rested at this point?
Yes, please take the benefits of a full rest. You have your healing surges back. You have your health back.
Well,
We have an
half of
action
our
point.
healing
Your powers back.
right? It's just
What?
it's just half of our healing surges back.
Nope, in 4E, it's all of them.
Yep.
I love 4E.
Enjoy the joy of going back and forth between versions of Dungeons and Dragons. Every time you play, you are in some ways unlearning the other version you thought you knew.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tony. This is the only D&D I play is Dragonforge and Associates.
I have literally run other games for you.
Well, fourth edition the whole time.
Deny everything. All right.
I don't know when those episodes will be released relative to this, so we may or may not have proof of that.
All right.
Somewhere there is a bird that is angry that is not playing Dungeons & Dragons. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh
I
yeah.
can actually
Oh, yeah.
hear that.
Yeah, the bird is very unhappy.
I blocked it
Kappa
out.
could-
I've been in a
Kappa-
tropical place.
Kappa could play Acrid.
There might be... she is the right color, but there might be issues.
Dragons are related to birds. That's just science.
Yeah.
Science. Do you want to check that you can move your tokens around and move them, into the foyer?
Yay!
I'm gonna check out this
foyer.
bloody statue.
Well,
Well, not too much because we've already had some statue issues.
Yeah. I'm
surely
not gonna
you will never
touch the
encounter
statue.
a bad statue again.
Can we perceive what the deal is with this statue, Tony?
The deal is...
What
that
is the deal with this statue?
Why do they make these statues and put them in these places covered in blood? I don't get it.
And also, can I assign some... Flessa, you're in charge of bringing Acrid with you, okay?
Oh sure.
So, Peter Dragonforge, you're inspecting a statue?
I am inspecting a statue.
Statue inspectors.
Roll some kind of statue inspection related skill. You may learn different things depending on what you roll.
I'm gonna roll perception and get a 16.
This statue is soaked in blood. This statue looks like it has been kind of modified crudely. Somebody has kind of taken probably like a hammer and chisel to it. And it looks like it was probably originally some kind of dragon-like creature, and it has kind of been attempted to make it more just like a giant lizard monster.
Well,
Hmm.
initially I am offended for the artist whose work has been ruined by whoever is messing with their work. That's really unacceptable.
Rizwan, what kind of roll were you making?
I was making also a perception roll.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
so similar things. Most of the blood is, it's more than 8 hours old, that's for sure.
That's great.
Because 8 hours.
I also made a perception roll and got a 24.
I'll say that the blood seems, it's recent enough that it's still visible, but not super recent.
Can I make
Um,
a history roll to try to understand what the statue itself is all about?
Sure.
Or a dungeoneering roll.
Or dungeoneering. I don't know. I like all kinds of rolls.
It's never dungeoneering.
It could be you'd learn different things with history or religion or arcana.
26 on dungeoneering.
I got a 30 on history.
Nice.
30 on history. Melik, I will tell you, as you study this, you recognize that probably originally this was some kind of standard, dragon that people might worship or recognize or whatnot. Maybe it was a Stardalon, but it's been kind of defaced, and it is hard to tell what the current lizard monster it is supposed to represent is meant to be. It is not kind of a creature or iconography you are familiar with from history. Rizwan, as you kind of study it from a dungeoneering perspective, it doesn't look like there's any kind of moving parts to this statue, so it doesn't seem like it has any kind of functional nature in this dungeon. It does look like it was probably put here recently, dragged from somewhere else. but it doesn't look like it's like connected to a door or to a trap or anything like that.
And
So
Pete-
it's
Well, that's good.
Peter-
ornamental.
Peter is, as a follower of Bahamut and a paladin, he's going to ponder its religious significance. He got an 18 religion check.
Mhm. Well, it seems like it is probably the religious significance of it is that it is something related to ritual sacrifice, hence the large amounts of blood that have been kind of doused on the statue, perhaps as some kind of offering.
Guys, this
Plus
is
it's
the
looking
bad kind of dragon worship.
Oh.
Plus, us looking at these, whatever this is.
Yes.
That a pond?
There's kind of a font of water. So in kind of the corners of this foyer are some kind of let's say they're kind of iron vessels, and in them is, even to call it water would be generous. There is basically kind of a huge metal vase full of earth and water and decaying plant life, and it's like somebody has bottled the swamp and brought it here to this foyer. It's really, it's not helping the whole smell of the whole chamber, that's for sure. The one to the south is similar to the one to the north that you inspected, Melissa.
Gross.
Mm-mm.
As you're looking at it, like a little salamander climbs out and kind of
Ooh.
wanders
Aw,
off into
so
the vine.
cute.
I'm just over here looking for the salamander to see if I can find it.
Roll me perception.
Do I get a +1 for being close to a Lestrin?
Yes.
Ooh, then that's max.
All right, you can grab the salamander if you want.
Yay!
I do a quick
Hi.
nature check to see if it's an edible salamander.
That was a 28. You can't eat my salamander.
You don't know what I'm doing yet. 16.
Succeed? You think it's edible? I mean, chances are it's edible. It's not poisonous. Let's say that.
I am going to name her Tiny.
I'm going to name her S'more Filling.
Oh.
Ew!
Just kidding.
I can't wait for Flessa to throw a dagger later and accidentally throw the salamander instead. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah,
Flessa would not make that mistake.
You got to make sure that you keep one like salamander in the left pocket and dagger in the right pocket.
Mhm.
You need a system.
We can see how much the salamander loves me if it comes back like the dagger does.
Right.
You know what, Flessa, just because you are now literally handling an animal, is there an equivalent of animal handling in 4E? I forget how everything works.
There is not, but there's nature.
Give me a quick nature check of DC 10 just to make sure the salamander doesn't get away from you.
Sure.
10 or higher.
Oh, yeah, that's 19.
Okay. The salamander seems content to hang out with you for a while.
All right.
I would like to do a religion check on this door over here to see if there's a special religious
see-
way we have to open it and get on with our lives.
It's a
All right.
non-denominational door.
Yeah.
And that will be a 29.
That is ridiculous and unnecessary. The door seems to be, it is
Secular in nature.
Well, I'll tell you this. It is the door. It's a big stone door, fine dwarven craftsmanship, as much of Undermountain is. But it looks like more recently in its history, someone has painted some symbols in blood and in mud on the door. But it does not look like there's anything particularly religious involved in opening the door.
Okay.
It looks like
So
the
we
kind of
don't-
door that opens.
So we don't have to do point the statue in various directions. Hollywood.
Nope. I think
Stop.
Rizwin has established that the statue is
Not movable.
ornamental and
Okay.
not.
I'm gonna check for traps on the door.
Yeah,
I got a 20.
the door appears untrapped.
Cool.
Can we listen? I would like to listen and see
Oh, yeah,
if there's anybody on the other side.
While we were apart, we walked through a door where a bunch of things chopped up Flessa. It wasn't great.
It was
Oh, dear.
really ouchy.
She got better.
Really, it almost cut me in half.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you should probably lie in fear of all doors and the things beyond them now.
Well, there's a door and a statue here. I don't love it, but I only got a 9 perception, so I probably can't.
Well, I mean, that seems like all the more reason to not stay here,
Hmm.
right?
I agree.
All right. So somebody listened at the door?
I did, but I only rolled a 9.
All right. So
I will
it
also
sounds-
listen at the door.
It sounds quiet.
That is a 28.
Your elfin ears hear nothing.
Let's go through. I open the door.
I think it's good.
All right. You open the door. The door opens.
Hooray!
Will
me-
there be something on the other side of the door?
No, we
There
just
is.
started. We just started.
Okay, sorry.
Every time we open
Oh,
Good episode,
dear.
guys. Good episode.
Beyond is a kind of medium-sized little chamber. There are several corpses in the middle of it. There's another large double door across the chamber from you, but the kind of striking feature about this chamber is that there are large, murky pools of water in kind of each corner, the northwest and southeast corners of the room.
I'm
Can
gonna
make a
roll
nature
up
check to see if the corpses are edible. It's only
I-
a 16.
Did
They
you not
seem-
eat today?
Alestrin, oh God, why am I answering? Why am I entertaining this line of questioning? Counselor, rein it in. They seem fresh enough that they're edible from a distance. Why are we?
What
I'm
are they?
gonna-
Are they human? Lizard folk?
I'm only going to answer one more question before we go to somebody else because other people are having to listen to this too. Steve, there are, just looking from the doorway, you see it looks like 3 corpses in the middle of the room. 2 of them appear to be lizard folk. 1 of them appears to be in your traditional adventuring garb. Rizwin, you are up next.
Can I roll a heal check to see what killed them? If I
I think you'd probably have to get pretty close to inspect the body, but yes, you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first I want to roll a perception check to make sure, like, I can discern, like, are there wet footprints around
Mhm.
them? You know, maybe something came out of those.
is one of them still moving, or are they very certainly dead?
Yeah.
12?
12. Yeah.
It looks like since you were looking for footprints, there are a lot of footprints, kind of muddy footprints traipsing back and forth on the ground here. It looks like probably there was some kind of fight here. in this chamber.
Anything going into the water?
It doesn't seem like it, but hard to say
Okay.
for certain.
Then I'm going to get really close to these and take a look at what killed them.
All right, give
Yeah.
me a heal check on the lizard folk to your south.
17.
This lizard folk seems to have died from being stabbed with sharp weapons and all of its blood exiting.
Cool.
You
I
wanna
know
give me
what
a-
that looks like.
You want to
Have
give
we
me
been here?
Causes.
Did
what
we
about the
forget we
middle
were
one?
here already? There's a
wasn't
bunch of dead people.
Guys, what if I did an adventure and it was like Memento where you guys have to solve a murder that you committed? So
Spoilers.
Spoilers
I
for
don't
Memento.
actually remember the story to Memento to know if that's a spoiler or not. So
Pretty much right.
all of you also have tattoos. So
Spoilers.
spoilers. Rizwin, do you want to roll a heal check on the adventurer?
31. Natural 20.
This adventurer seems to have some very strange wounds to it, including some kind of weird kind of I'm not sure the technical term for it, but possibly like it has been strangled by something, bruising, severe bruising around the neck.
Okay.
While she's inspecting the corpses, I'd like to look into this southern pool.
All right, Alestrin, you look into the southern pool.
I got a whopping 13 on my perception.
All right, the water is particularly murky and swamp-like. You don't notice anything. It's real hard to see anything. There's a pretty thick layer of kind of scum and plant life along the top too.
I look in the North Pool with a 17 perception.
You want to move yourself over next to the North Pool?
Yeah.
17. You think you might have noticed some slight movement in the pool?
Uh-oh.
I
I
rolled
relay this to everyone that there's something. Guys, I think there's something moving over here.
As you say that out loud, something moves. So,
Weird.
Cool. I rolled a 21 to check out this corpse and see if it was the same thing that killed the other 2.
That one seems to have been stabbed. So
Stabbed.
yeah,
And the
like it's
middle
still got
one,
like middle one something different.
something different, but both of these 2 lizard folk, they were stabbed.
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dear.
What is that?
So as
Yep.
Peter is looking in the pool, he notices some slight movement, relays to the others that there is movement in the pool. And as he says that, basically a large mass of terrifying purple, dripping with ichor tentacles
Ah.
attack him.
So this is
So-
what happens. Peter goes, "Hey, there's ah!"
Yep,
There
that
it
is
is.
what happened. You
This is all
individuals
Dr. Fred's doing. I'm certain of it.
should roll initiative.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Let me just remember how 4th edition works.
Hey, I'm with you, Monty. I probably should add you all.
+2 because Acrid is near.
So +2 altogether.
Oh.
Not altogether. You should have an initiative modifier on your character sheet.
Yes, I also do. Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to add you to the initiative thing, which I think I've set up correctly.
I rolled a 10 on my initiative. Not very good.
I have a 29.
That's much better.
I rolled an 8. Not very good.
I didn't roll well.
If you have the ability to add them to the thing, you can go ahead and do that.
Tiny is very distracting because Flessa is going slow.
You're having like a deep philosophical discussion with Tiny.
I'm feeding Tiny breadcrumbs.
Do salamanders eat breadcrumbs? I don't know.
Flessa's about to find
We'll
out.
find out.
Do you have like an old Smurgle sandwich in your pack that you're?
I
Only
feel like
crumbs.
at least the crumbs.
I hope it's not one of those salamander subs. That would be really awkward.
Rizwin, you got a 10?
I got a 10.
Flessa's
all right.
bright enough to put that together.
Does everyone see the turn order thing?
Did the purple tentacle get a 0? Because that's awesome.
That's not right. Hold on.
Aw.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
Hold on.
That
Let's
sounds fine.
let's fix that.
Oh, no, it
Purple
goes
Tentacle thing
before
got a
me.
14. But it actually gets a surprise round.
I'm not surprised I saw it.
He looked at it.
Yeah,
I came over here because
He was
Peter-
looking right at it. How could he be surprised? And he knows what
Yeah,
you do.
I made the point of perceiving it, and I perceived it, so I don't see how that's a surprise round. Peter.
roll diplomacy to convince me.
This is not going to go well.
It's a 20. Natural 20.
Wait, dice game?
The GM is convinced.
Oh.
What? All right, fine. So a writhing mass of tentacles bursts to the surface. Peter is startled, but not surprised. Melik and Akrid will go first, and then the tentacles will attack. How's that?
Okay.
Sure.
Melik, there is
Yes,
a
sir.
large mass of aquatic oozing tentacles that's in the northwestern pool of this chamber. Yeah. Do you need to know anything else about it?
No, I think I pretty much got a handle on its whole deal. I
Yeah.
can, from where I'm standing, I can see it. I can see
Yeah.
this square here.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, good. I will hold my orb aloft and cast Grasping Shadows. Say burst 1 within 10 squares, so it's gonna just get this whole everything around this square, which is just mostly tentacles.
Yep.
And that is an attack intelligence versus will.
Oh,
Okay.
Will. That's
Yeah.
not one of the tentacle strengths.
I'm sorry for the delay.
No, it's good. Round 1.
20 plus 9. 26 versus will.
Indeed. So, grasping tentacles grasp at the grasping, grasping shadows grasp at the grasping dark tentacles. Oh god, that's hard to say. So give me damage for those grasping shadows.
Okay, they will do 7 points of damage.
Is it any particular type of damage?
Psychic.
I guess this thing has a psyche that is now 7 less.
It is also slowed,
Okay.
and anybody that goes into that area will take some damage, so don't.
Don't do that. Yeah, probably none of you will choose to go into that area. Anything else, Melik?
That is the end.
Akrid / Erica.
Yeah, well, Akrid notices that Flessa is right there, so says Commander Strike and lets Flessa take a melee basic attack at the thing. So I will roll for Flessa.
And I will tell you, because the tentacles have not gone yet, you have combat advantage.
Okay, wait. Or actually, is Flessa close enough? Like, is it really only in those 4 squares? Because actually, I might not be close enough with Flessa.
I think
Like,
you're
so
probably...
I came over to the water, but if it's not taking up that little corner spot,
I think it's not. So
it's not. Okay, then Peter, Commander Strike, please feel free to take a melee basic attack, says Akrid.
Oh, neat. Okay, so Peter, because he was not surprised and it feels like Akrid's like, you can take him. Come on. He's going to do his...
Go, Peter.
Ooh.
Do good attack.
Do it now, Peter.
Make Bahamut proud.
All right, so that means I get a. Let's see. It's been a while.
It's all good.
That's a virtuous strike for me as my melee basic because I get to do that. So that is 25 versus AC.
Yep, roll damage.
10 damage. 10 radiant damage. And I have a +2 bonus to saving throws to the end of my next turn.
Okay. So the tentacles are next. They are not having a good day. They thought they were going to surprise you. Didn't work out. So the tentacles are going to flail. This is a close burst 2, enemies in burst.
Oh,
So
no.
that would get Flessa, Peter, and Rizwin, I think, right?
No.
Eep.
Yeah. So this targets AC. So Flessa, only 10 versus AC. Peter, 23 versus AC. Rizwin, 21 versus AC.
Oh, unless somebody's got a thing that I get more AC because I'm near them, that hits me.
Grant that, not the other way around.
Yeah, that hits me too.
Yeah, it's too bad.
All right. So
Peter, are you are you actually granting the +1 to AC right now, just for Rizwin's sake?
It still wouldn't matter because my AC is 19. So I would need +2.
Gotcha. Okay.
all right.
Thank you.
So Peter and Rizwin, you get slapped in the face with the puckery end of a tentacle for 9
Ow.
damage.
Ow!
Oh man, the puckery end is the worst.
Yeah, you got ichor on your face now. It's not good. Speaking of not good, it's Alestrin's turn.
Speaking of puckered ends, um,
Like to get those at the barbecue.
hey, can I get a puckered end cut? Those are my favorite. Alestrin would like to use his move action to get into his
Run
chrono
away.
privy and go back in time to convince Hallister Blackcloak not to put a pool in this room. Will that work out?
Nope, you mistime it. Now you
No.
have to fight a dinosaur.
Man, bad news. All right, well, I guess I'll just shoot
Wait,
some
this is a
arrows then. I will shoot 2 arrows at the purple tentacles.
Mm-hmm. I think I played that video game. Oh.
Well, that was the reference there, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Acknowledged.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Let's see. The first of my 2 shots is a 21 versus AC.
That hits.
Good. Where's that D10? That is a 16 damage.
What? Oh, wow. Is that because it's your quarry?
No, that's something I forgot to do because I was making the hilarious chrono privy joke that wasn't even acknowledged.
Mm.
So that was time well spent. No, that's just because I'm a stud with the arrows.
Okay.
And my second shot is a 23 versus AC.
That also hits.
And that will do 15 points of damage. Plus, because it was a 2-fanged strike, I will also do 3 more damage since both attacks hit.
All right. The tentacles are dripping with weird, kind of sticky orange blood.
He's
Don't look
ickered.
great. Flessa.
Well, can I tell since it actually hit me, is it in threatening range? So I would have to shift away as opposed to being able to just saunter away?
It does not appear to have threatening reach.
Okay. Then Flessa is, I'm just going to move over to, nope, that's still too close. Can I stand over the corpse of whatever this thing is?
Sure. That's a lizard person. Thank you.
Flessa doesn't know. So I'm going to stand back here and Sly Flourish at that thing.
All right.
And that is 15, 26.
That hits. Roll damage.
That is 11.
All right, things are not looking good for this horrible tentacle monster.
All right.
I'm
that
okay
is
with that.
for Flessa.
Rizwin,
Can I hit it with my hammer? Because
Yes.
I'm going to hit it with my hammer.
I would do that.
Solinor's hammer. Let's see. Who is Solinor anyway? I feel like I should know that.
Yeah, I feel like that's on you.
And does he want
Yeah,
his hammer back?
That's on me. Let's see.
I tried to Google it and it gave me a bunch of information about solenoids, so I don't think I did that right.
Awesome.
That's your next door neighbor. You borrowed his hammer like 6 months ago and you haven't given it back yet.
I rolled a 12.
12 total will not hit the dark tentacles.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, no, totally.
You know.
They're writhing.
Do you
Yeah.
want to stay where you are right next to them?
Well, not too much, but I also don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity by going out of its reach.
Okay.
So I'm going to shift like right here.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm also going to cast Favor of the Gods on Flessa. So if you don't like your roll, you can, or when you miss an attack roll, you can roll again.
Hooray.
All right. Peter Dragonforge, you are face to sucker with a terrifying mass of flailing dark tentacles.
All right, excellent. I'm going to, as a minor action, use Divine Strength, which gives me extra damage if I hit, and I'm going to use my encounter power Valorous Smite on this thing we're encountering. Oh, it's crit. Thank you, James Thompson, for your critically rolling dice.
I'm suspicious.
So that's a 31 versus AC. That's nice. And what's the 4th edition crit rule, Tony?
You would do maximum damage, and some weapons do a bonus thing on a crit. I forget if you have a sword that does something extra on a crit. Usually, you might. It would be probably on the very last page of all your character sheet stuff.
Yep.
It might do a bonus D6 or something like that.
It does. Okay, that is 27 damage.
That's a lot of damage. The tentacles are displeased.
Oh, and by the way, it is now subject to my divine sanction, and if it makes any attack that does not include me, it will take more damage.
It dreams of making many attacks that include many people. Malik.
I am going to cast Magic Missile, which does 8 damage. I don't have to roll anything.
How does that sound,
right.
Monty? How does that sound?
I forget.
All right, I love it.
The tentacles kind of
That wasn't the sound. He's got a hairball.
Kind of curl back on each other, and it starts sinking into the pool. And as it goes, it makes kind of like this horrible hissing, haunting, singing noise as it goes. And
Wait, how does it go? I missed it.
I can only do that once. So
Is Tiny okay?
Tiny is fine. Let's see.
I would like to use Prestidigitation to repeat that noise.
Okay, go ahead.
Monty?
Yeah, go for it, Monty.
The prestidigitation version is never as good.
Yeah. It doesn't have the richness of the original vinyl Dark Tentacle.
I forgot to record room tone first, so it's all messed up.
It's only in mono.
Yeah.
There you
So everything seems fine now.
I'm looting this body that I happen to be standing over.
It's a lizard person. It's got like a kind of an old spear. He's got a little belt and a little pouch on his belt, and in it there's a bunch of really nice polished stones.
Ooh, I take them.
They belong to a person.
So now that we've seen these tentacles, can we identify what happened to this adventurer in the middle? Does it seem like he got tentacled?
Seems like he got strangled by some awful tentacles.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He had no.
We've avenged him.
Acrid, do you want to do anything?
That's you,
No.
Erica. No.
All right. Acrid doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Suddenly, you hear kind of a similar kind of screeching, sing-songy sound.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Similar but different. So
Oh no!
Is it coming from
And
a
there
different
is movement in the other pool
Of course
to
there
the
There's a
That's
movement in Alestrin's pants now too. He's too close to that.
well, you know what? Seeing as you killed that tentacle in like one round, this tentacle is not going to hold back. So let's start off with this. First off, it's going to use mesmerizing tentacles on Alestrin. He did a lot of damage.
I don't like that.
and you seem weak of mind.
Yes. Alestrin, a tentacle lashes out, and it kind of like
Is this an attack roll?
yeah. You gonna
Okay.
interrupt it?
I will.
The tentacle attempts to kind of graze your head.
Do I know whether it's going to hit or not? Do I have an idea of
You
what
want me to, do I roll it or do you do something first?
it's a yeah, I think let's see.
I think you get to hear the number.
Or an
first.
ally is attacked. Yeah, generally you do hear the number first, but let's do specifically here.
I'm happy to read you a number if that will make you happy.
What's that number, Tony?
That number is 15 versus Will.
Oh, will. Interesting. And if it's equal, does that mean it hits?
Indeed.
Whoo boy. Well then, I guess I will try to disrupt that strike.
Okay. So the tentacle is lashing out for your head. It's kind of glowing purple.
Yep. And
And you disrupt it with a disrupting shot.
I quickly try to whip an arrow at it to distract it a bit. Ooh, not great. That is a 17 versus AC.
A 17 is the Dark Tentacle's AC. So does
Fantastic.
that break its shot and make it take some damage?
Yeah, at first it's going to take 14 points of damage.
All right.
And it will
Love when my monsters take incredible amounts of damage on their turns.
It-
Love it.
a 6 penalty to its attack roll.
So that would mean 9 versus Will, right?
Yeah, and that won't hit.
You sure? I mean, Alestrin. It's Alestrin. You want to just check what your will is real quick?
Alestrin's fairly willful.
All right.
15, it's not bad.
All right. So that happened. Well, this tentacle knows what happened to the other tentacle, so it's going to spend an action point. And that tentacle is going to target, let's go for Flessa.
I am right here.
Yeah. That's not very impressive. 8 versus reflex.
Oh, golly,
Yeah,
no.
you just dive over the tentacles. It reaches
I
out.
didn't even notice it was there. I was so distracted by my shiny locks. It
Yeah.
rocked. She's close, and she sort of like bullet times back.
All right. Well, that was not great. Let's see if you can kill the tentacle before it goes again. Olestrin, that tentacle was totally going to take over your mind.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it didn't. I will first.
I feel differently.
Since my mind is clear, I will make that guy my quarry.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
That's out of character for you.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to slide back behind Melek here.
Yes.
Into the other
Take cover
room.
behind your wizard.
Well, there's room there for him to cower to the side of me if he needs to later. And then I'm going to shoot 2 more arrows at him.
Okay.
Ooh, first one is a 15 versus AC,
Miss.
which is a miss. So I'm going to retake that shot with my elven accuracy.
Yep.
More like
So-
elven inaccuracy, am I right?
Oh, hilarious. Oh, it's even worse.
Good leadership, Peter.
That's a 14 versus AC.
Guess I should have cast Favor of the Gods on you. Oh well.
I take it the 14, his AC hasn't dropped by 2 points.
It has not.
Oh, shoot. I was hoping that was the case. Well, in that case, I probably can't
Oh, there's no
use
nothing
my
for it to
rebounding
rebound.
longbow, can I? Yeah, because it has to be a different enemy. Oh, well, I guess I'll just shoot my second arrow. Oh, that's much better. That's a 26.
That definitely hits.
Damage is not great, though. It's 8 plus my quarry damage, which is another 2. So 10 damage.
All right.
Not nothing.
Not nothing.
Better than nothing.
All right, Flessa.
Well, this thing just tried to slap the shiny rocks right out of my hand.
It totally did.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Not okay. So Flessa is going to try to dazing strike it since I'm
Mm.
in its grill. And that is 31, I think.
I'm not going to answer that.
And that does max damage, 10 points of damage. And it is now dazed until the end of my next turn.
I don't like that.
And I have a minor action called Low Slash, which I am not going to do.
Will it die before my turn? Who
I'm
knows?
going to crouch down and reach out and see if I can slice at it from closer to the ground. Probably not. I may have to use that Favor of the Gods because that's 16 versus reflex.
That will hit, surprisingly. I guess because it's so big, its reflex is not very high.
I rolled a 3. That's exciting. Okay, so once again, let's see. So 6, 7, 8 points of normal damage, and then 10 points of sneak attack.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
If this tentacle thing is bloody, things are bad for it.
Okay.
Hey, Tony, in the name of fairness, you can add 4 damage back to that, or 4 hit points back to that.
I was going to add. I'm not adding damage to this thing.
I forgot my twin strike does slightly less damage, so
Okay, that is very honorable of you.
I do my best.
That was Lester and not
Tony,
Steve.
were you about to do that clever thing where you said if there was bloodied in this edition, it would be bloodied, and then realized that there is bloodied in this edition?
Mainly, it was like, what does this thing bleed? I guess was more
It's that orange stuff. I
Orange
think.
stuff.
Yeah, orange stuff. So there is orange ichor
Yeah.
thing out of it.
Nice.
orange and
So
purple is a striking combination. I bet
that's what I was thinking.
I can slide it, but I don't think there's anywhere to slide it to, correct?
Technically,
flip it out of the one pool and into the other.
Yeah.
Have it legit
slide
park over the
can
top
be in
of
any
us?
direction if it matters, Flessa. So you could move it, up or to the side of you. I don't know.
I mean, does anybody want it anywhere other than the pool?
I'd
No,
like to
not
see what
really.
it looks like below the tentacles. If you like slid it up.
All right, then I'm
Look
gonna,
at getting-
I'm gonna slide it this way, knowing that my boss likes to learn things.
All right, you slide it up.
Mhm.
There
Oh,
is
I didn't mean north. I meant up. You said we could go up.
You just want to
Uh,
hover above the pool.
Yeah, I
Flessa
just wanna get a
slides
look
it
at it.
up. There is a horrible beak and many eyes beneath the tentacles. It seems like it goes for quite a ways.
So are we like fighting its butt?
Does it
No.
have like a
It's like
bigger?
its beak and its eyes and stuff are below the water, and then the tentacles are coming out. Like, is that how it fights?
That's like how a squid works.
Okay.
How do
Okay.
squids
Squid.
work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
squids are always shoving their
Tentacles are
tentacles
around.
out of water.
You know what? I don't appreciate these questions. But yes, this is how the squid works. It is totally Rizwin's turn, and it has been for a little while. Oh no,
No.
it's not. Plus, if you shift anything else more three-dimensionally, I quit. What do you think?
I just wanted to point out that it is slowed until the end of my next turn.
All right.
That's
in
good to
trouble.
know. And I don't actually want to be right here,
Mm.
so I'm going to tumble away.
I hope
Back over there.
I hope Tiny is cradled in an arm or something, so it's
Yeah.
not.
Maybe he
Mhm.
snuck into the pouch with the colored rocks, and he'll be okay. I don't know. We'll check on her after the
Mhm.
All right.
battle. But yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm over here.
All right, Rizwin.
I really don't like tentacles too much. I'm gonna hit it with my hammer. I just want to squish this thing.
right.
Solinnor's hammer.
I was going to say you need to run
mean
over, and you've
Solimner's
already done
hammer.
it.
Yeah.
There's some
let's
tape
see.
on the side that says Solimner on it. If somebody
You know.
borrows it, we'll know whose it is.
Yeah. 18 versus AC.
You smack it mightily with your hammer. Roll me damage.
Yay. Let's see. 13 damage.
The tentacles are not looking great. Anything
Cool.
else, Rizwin?
Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's all I have for my standard action, and I have no minors that I feel like doing. So
All right, Peter Dragonforge. If you die, we'll have to rename the podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's the life insurance
Yeah.
I have. All right, well, it's Righteous Smite time, folks.
Dragonforge and pallbearers.
Oh, how sad. That's a 13 versus AC.
You have trouble. There's so much tentacle blood in the air that it's hard to find the tentacles.
Heroic action or heroic effort then is used, and now it's a 17 versus AC.
That'll do it. This time you try a little bit harder using all of your human instincts, I guess.
Yes,
Heroic effort is something humans get.
Yeah,
'cause
my
they're
High
the
five.
most heroic.
my I think the voice of my teacher at Paladin School comes and says, "You could do better than that, Peter," and so he does.
You get the sense that this game was created by humans. So
mhm. That is 17 damage.
17 to hit and 17 damage. It's a lot of damage.
And congratulations, every ally of mine, which is all of you who are within 5. We all have 5 temporary hit points.
Woo.
Melik.
Oh, sorry, 7 temporary hit points. My mistake.
Dang. How close do we have to be?
5.
Nice. I mean, it doesn't seem like we're going to need them for very long, but still,
Nope.
nice.
Nope.
Still
There,
nice to have
if it hits you, take some temporary hit points off the top and keep your regular hit points.
Well, it's going to have to reach over about 4 guys to get to me. But
Yeah,
if
well.
it does,
Yeah, how did you
Take-
get behind me?
I have a way.
He sidled.
You used those legs, didn't you?
Are you hitting on me?
It's not the time, guys.
I wink at Alestrin as I hold my orb up and magic missile backwards towards the thing,
All right.
doing 8 damage that I don't have to roll for. Pew!
All right. The tentacle monsters looks bad, but it's still there. Can Akrid do anything about that?
Yeah. Akrid feels bad for Rizwin for missing during this fight a couple times. So Commander's Strike. Rizwin, attack.
You can do it.
And it has to be a melee basic.
Your mic's muted.
You're muted.
How about a critical fail?
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, you
godlike.
slip on tentacle blood and you kind of miss your shot, and the tentacles kind of laugh at you.
How can tentacles laugh?
It's really
kinda-
the magic laughing at you.
Tentacles.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to move? Like Peter or Rizman, do you want to move away from it? Because
I mean,
grant.
I will shift away.
Well, you have to wait till your own turn to.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, no. If you want, Akrid can grant you a move action, which you can use a shift.
I will shift away.
There you go. That is Akrid's turn.
All right. The tentacles are still here. They are going to go down fighting. They are going to do flailing tentacles, which is a burst 2. So that would hit Rizwin, Peter, and Akrid. So Rizwin, this is targeting AC. That is pretty good. 26 versus AC.
That'll hit me.
Peter, only 16 versus AC.
That's a miss.
Akrid, 12 versus AC. No, sorry, 14 versus AC. Still not very good. All right, so I think Rizwin gets hit. Rizwin gets hit for 6 damage. Remember that you had some temporary hit points.
Yes, and now I only have 1 temporary hit point left.
Yeah. The tentacles are going to make its last ditch attack. It is going to do an additional attack. Let's see. Peter, you've caused it some trouble. A tentacle lashes out at your foot. How does 14 versus reflex sound?
That's a miss.
Damn it. All right. Whoever hits the tentacles next will probably kill it. Olestrin.
Oh, good. Maybe that'll be me.
Is it your quarry?
It is my quarry.
Excellent.
See that little target icon on it?
Oh,
The
nice.
mighty hunter. I'm
That
hunting
means
that giant.
I was
massive
paying
tentacle.
attention for a change.
The
Every
mighty
now and then.
hunter standing. He's the one standing behind the wizard, right?
Yes, the mightier wizard.
All right.
I
well,
did not go to wizard school to be a duck blind.
I will take 2 more shots then.
This is
Mhm.
calamari duck.
First one's a miss. It's a 13. That one is a 20 versus AC.
That'll hit. Can you do 6 damage?
I can actually. I do 19 damage. I'm sorry,
Okay.
15 damage.
15 damage. The tentacles make their hissing, horrible song as they sink back into the water.
that sounds really awful.
I'm glad
And
we
then I
killed
flip
it.
my bow over onto my shoulder and do double guns at Malik.
What is that hand gesture?
Yeah, that
Anachronistic.
means something different to wizards.
Yeah, magic missile is what it means to
Yeah.
wizards.
Yeah, I cringe.
Yeah, that's deeply offensive to tieflings. So it seems like
again.
the room is free of danger for now, and you're relatively unscathed, right?
Relatively.
Yeah, I thought those guys
Oh,
were going to mess
fine.
you up bad. So taking
gonna
that into account as I think about what happens in the next room.
How is Tiny?
Roll a heal check.
Is it a tiny patty now? Because that's going to make the s'mores much easier to make.
That's a 5.
Tiny seems great.
All right. Soon.
I'm gonna take a healing surge.
All right.
If you want, Acrid can do an inspiring word.
Which does
It would give you an additional.
Oh, I don't need any additional. My
Okay.
healing surge will get me back up.
All right, then.
Also, I also have healing word, so but thank you.
Temporary hit points go away then.
Yep. Temporary hit points go away.
Be
I'm back at full
gone.
health.
Well, they helped somebody.
And I have 7 out of 8 healing surges for today.
All right. Where
Do
to
we get
next?
an action point?
No, that's the first encounter of
You
the day.
should have started the day with an action point. You'll get another one on your next encounter.
Great.
Have we defiled all these corpses, or are there still some that are?
The one underneath me is undefiled.
Okay. I would like to do
aside
some
from the fact that it's-
defiling before we move on.
Okay.
Yeah, you're standing on it, so I mean that
Back
seems
up.
like it should count. But
It is an adventurer. It looks like it was a half elf. It looks like he's got a lot of daggers on him, but they're not very good quality. He has a coin purse that is empty.
oh, great!
He's got 20 feet of rope.
Yes,
What a
Yeah.
Jump.
I
I never
will.
go anywhere without at least 50.
I've got rope coming
Yeah.
out of my ears.
I will search the lizard person at the top there.
He has a large dagger wound in his torso.
Oh, good find.
Looks like from a low quality dagger.
Yes. Or several of them, possibly.
So what is on the other side of this little walkway that we've been fighting
Yeah,
on?
is this-
Sorry, have I not revealed enough?
Nope.
There's a door.
Oh, there's doors.
Oh, look at that.
Is this a
Double doors.
Is this a wall right here?
No.
Yeah, should be
Okay.
here.
He's
Make
dead.
sure. Sorry, I thought I had revealed more than I had actually. So yeah. So on the end of this little walkway between two pools that are filled with horrible tentacle monsters is yet another door of fine dwarven craftsmanship, and yet more things painted in. Seems like mainly blood this time. They went easy on the mud, but there's some strange sigils painted on the door.
I'm gonna see if I can roll like a history check to determine what they are.
Yep.
And I'm going to do religion for the same reason.
12.
You are not familiar with these from a historical context.
25 religion check.
25. These seem to be lizard folk markings. You really can't decipher it, but it seems like probably based on the use of blood, they are somewhat of sacrificial connotations.
Was the back of the other set of doors also covered in blood, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so both sides.
Yeah, both
Nothing
sides.
can be gleaned
Well-
from that.
I'm also gonna listen at the door.
All right, you
I got a
listen at the
13.
door.
Do I hear anything?
I don't think you hear anything with a 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen too, with my pointy ears. That is a 29.
You know what? You think you hear something in the distance, maybe, but it's way far down the corridor. Maybe somebody shouting. It's muffled and echoey, but maybe way in the distance there are creatures.
No, I don't hear anything, guys. I think we should just go through.
Wait. I hear shouting. That's a
Oh.
long ways
Well,
away.
then let's try to stealthily open this door and see what's behind it. Peek around the corner. One of those things.
I will peek around the corner. Can I push very slowly and take a look?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
A what check?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Stealth. Oh, yes. I think I'm bad at stealth.
I'm very bad at it.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, Lestern's not bad.
Well, Lester
Uh,
should probably hang back.
I will, yeah. I'll open the door a hair and peek through with my pointy ears.
11 stealth.
All right. The door squeaks a little bit as you open it, but you can see what's happening beyond. There's a long hallway ahead of you, even more kind of plant life and overgrowth here. There also seems to be about 40 feet ahead of you, just kind of a pile of corpses, and then it looks like the hallway takes kind of a right angle turn to the south.
Is this the pile of corpses?
Yeah, that's them.
Cool.
I swear I didn't do that either.
Cool.
I'm going to go investigate the pile of corpses.
All right.
Just, why not?
Is the shouting louder now
This is-
that the door opens?
This is just a hallway, huh?
It's just a hallway.
Yeah,
I-
where's
I-
the shouting coming from? Do we have some idea?
I don't think anyone has tried to figure that out yet.
I'm rolling a heal check to see how
Yep.
long these guys have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
27.
Probably about a day. There's a bunch of. They look like more adventurers from various wounds, and they look like
Do they look
they've
like-
been there for about a day.
Do they look like they might be scoundrels?
Yes, they have a very kind of scoundrel look. A lot of them, like just compared to your normal group of adventuring party, there's more eye patches and 5 o'clock shadows and scarves
recognize anybody?
We
Um,
saw a bunch of scoundrels and cut purses and
Jim
knee
the Fish.
breakers.
Yeah, these look like more of that ilk. A lot of I don't know what else do we know about scoundrels in Waterdeep.
They
lot of
talk in
flannel.
rhyme.
A lot of flannel. These ones don't. They're dead. Do scoundrels wear flannel? Is that canon? So, yeah, canon.
I don't think we've seen these guys in a little while, and now their bodies are in a big pile.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's the anyway.
This is gross.
Too soon. Where's
Too
the
late, really.
Hey Tony?
Yeah?
I'd like to know if this happened recently, I think.
I believe I told
Are
Rizwan
these-
they're about a day old.
It
About a
happened
day.
about a day ago.
Also, these corpses are starting to
is-
stink.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
11 perception on the sound that Alestrin said he heard to see if I can hear where that's coming from.
With an 11, you're not sure.
I will listen as well.
All right.
That is a 21.
Alestian, you think you hear some shouting from the south? Looks where the hallway takes a turn to the south. You see that?
Okay. Can
Somebody
I
want to
go up to
around
the
the corner?
corner and peek around there?
All right. Alestrin, I will let you peek around there. Give me a stealth check, Alestrin. I'm assuming you're trying to do it without being seen.
I am. I got a 13.
All right. Let me just look at something here for a second.
I hate when that happens.
Did another tentacle die?
Yeah.
This is how I talk now.
And then he just starts punching you in the face over and over again.
This is the episode with the screeching.
Can you tell me-
podcast? This is not going to be helpful at all.
Also, we're at an hour.
Yep, that's okay. Something's going to happen.
Maybe you should
All
do
right.
your cliffhanger. in that
Alestrin, you peek around the corner here. There's kind of a strange sight ahead of you. The hallway turns to the south, but there's a large pit in front of you. Across the pit, there's a kind of skinny little walkway, and yet another pit beyond that. And you see 3 lizard folk kind of loitering around on the far side of the pits from you. They seem to be holding kind of strange staves that kind of crackle with electricity. They seem not to have noticed you.
Tony,
the
what
heck-
happened?
Sorry, what?
I was going to say what happened to your face.
Sorry. There was paper
There's
in
paper.
front of my face with my
was.
notes that I was reading because I am great at this. Uh, what is going on here in Undermountain? Where are these rogues that we're looking for? What's up with these lizard folk with their strange crackling staves? For answers to questions such as these, continue listening to Total Party Kill. We're done for now. Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Confused? You won't be after this episode of Dragonforge and Associates.
Huh. All right, 5 minutes.
Jason,
Yeah,
do we
but-
have a live? Do we have a live stream of this?
I put it in the Slack.
Oh, great.
Just now.
Cool.
Everyone else good? Any questions for me at this stage?
5-minute break,
5-minute break sounds great.
Yeah.
and then we'll be back.
Live stream will be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do.
Please enjoy shots of us not being here.
Ha 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 ha. Nobody is back yet.
I'm actually here, but I'm eating a sandwich, so I decided not to live stream my sandwich.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I ate a tomato. Those are really cool dice. Oh no, my recording stopped. Try recording again. Crap.
No, well, we have backups for that, but just send me whatever you manage to record, and
I started recording again.
okay, great. That's one of the reasons we use Zoom, is that Zoom records. It's a cloud copy, so it's not as high quality, but it's recording everybody individually, which Skype doesn't do.
And apparently so am I, because I didn't even think to stop it. So
Oh, great.
It's all good.
Yep.
This makes Erica's life easier and my life easier. So
Okay. Sounds great. Well, here's part 1, and there will be a part 2 later.
So Peter Capaldi is now bald. I don't know if anybody needed that information, but
Peter Capaldi is now bald? What?
yeah. To the Twitters.
Like for a role or
No idea. Somebody just posted a picture.
Where?
it's
I
in
saw
the
it
in the
first on
Doctor Who
Twitter,
channel on our Incomparable Slack.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm not
Terrifying.
in that channel.
You're welcome
Yeah.
to join. There's so many channels.
The link to the tweet in. I can figure out how to copy it.
Create a channel. That's not what I want to do. How do I use Slack?
There, I put a link to the tweet in Roll20 if you need it.
Oh, I found it. Aha. Oh my gosh. I hope he's okay.
I didn't like it when his hair got really big, but I also didn't like it when his hair was really short. So this is not my favorite look. But you know what? More power to him.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, we're all back.
Yo.
What are we doing here?
Aloha.
Hello.
Goodbye.
What?
Oh, look at that.
Right?
I just saw the picture of Anthony, Dan, and Liz all
Ah.
together in Dublin. That's great.
I
Oh,
saw that
wow.
too.
Nice.
I was very jealous.
They've collected one another now.
Hmm.
Their little comparable meetup.
Man, they can knock it off of their Incompra decks.
Yeah. Well, they're tough ones. Anthony especially. He's hard
Yeah, that's true.
to find outside of the UK.
I have
And
not
he's a
collected-
busy guy.
And he is. Although I first met him here, he was at GDC and we had lunch. But
Maybe
Should
he's not
we,
as hard as you think.
I've since seen him in
should we resume?
yeah, I think it's time.
All right. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar. Dragonforge and Associates are reunited and pressing deeper and deeper into a strange lizard folk temple or something in search of a clue about Rutherford Umbrusk. Alestrin, the ever-vigilant rogue, has poked around a corner and spotted some lizard folk interlopers. They have yet to spot him. Will Dragonforge and Associates use this to their advantage, or will they fumble it and no doubt pay the price? Let's find out right now when we play some Dungeons and Dragons!
I thought Alestrin was a ranger.
Let me introduce our players in order of how I feel about them. Starting with Steve Lutz.
Oh, I'm your favorite, huh?
I did not specify what the order was.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm your favorite. Hey, it's me, Steve Lutz. I'm playing Alestrin. I guess I'm a rogue now?
It's Erica Ensign.
I was a rogue. Maybe I'm a ranger now. No, I'm playing Flessa, a human rogue that has a tiny little salamander.
News. Yeah, it's Sarah Barber.
Hi, I'm playing Riswin, a Dwarven cleric who likes really has a terrible hangover right now.
It's been like a day. That should have helped. I guess the rocks didn't help.
Didn't help. I did drink a lot.
Yeah. It's Jason Snell.
Hi, I am Jason. I am playing Bahamut, the glorious platinum dragon god.
Oh, nope, reining in.
Can we do that?
Nope.
Oh, right. That's just on my shield. That's Peter Dragonforge. That was a dream that Peter has had more than once.
And finally, it's Monty Ashley.
I'm Tony's least favorite. I'm playing Melith, the tiefling wizard.
Again, he didn't specify.
I did not specify. We don't know what feelings I'm having right now. So, Alestrid, you have peeked around the corner and seen 3 lizard folk with strange staff-like weapons far across this series of pits from you. That's right, not just 1 pit, 2 pits. That's the kind of adventuring budget I'm using here. Alestrid, does the map make sense to you? Can you see stuff okay?
I mean, other than the fact that there's 2 pits here, I mean, it seems like overkill.
Yeah, I will tell you, it does look like there might be little alcoves off of the left and right side of that walkway in the middle, and you can see that there's kind of a hallway beyond the pits that the lizard folk are hanging out in.
Is that the only way that I see that looks like an exit out of this room?
It does seem to be
the doors we came through.
Yeah, other than the doors you came through, there are no other obvious entrances or exits to this mossy hallway where you find yourself.
All right, I pull back from the corner and let everybody know. Quietly.
Is there a way to get across those pits? I think you mentioned something about a walkway or something.
He said there's a walkway, but I think his budget ran out because of the pits.
They're nice pits.
They're really
Bet we could use some rope.
Hey, how deep are those pits? Did I notice that?
You did not notice how deep the pits were.
How deep is your pit? I'd like to go back up and look around the corner and see how deep the pits are.
Give me a stealth check again.
Sure.
This place is the pits.
That is a 31.
How is that possible?
I got a natural 20 and I'm plus 11 stealth.
You stealth Tony to death there.
Hey, we finally have a death.
Total Dungeon Master kill. You peek down the pits. The lizard folk don't seem to notice you. The pits only seem like they're about 20 feet deep, but there's some spikes at the bottom.
Oh.
There does not appear to be any obvious path across the pits other than, many of you have abilities that allow you to fly and leap and teleport and I don't know, all kinds of other nonsense.
Wait,
I
what
don't have
happened?
any of those.
The walkway is the thing in between the 2 pits. That's
Sorry, there's in between there's the thing that makes it 2 pits and not just one big pit.
right.
I hear there's going to be
kind
a
of a
Between Two Pits movie.
the jumping rules are
Sounds
on
great.
182 if anybody needs them.
Thank you, Erica.
Peter is really bad at it. Also, there are lizard folk over there. Do we want... I mean, we can't just, start jumping across the pit. We're going to need to either get their attention or...
The lizard folk lady that we met was really nice until she turned into a giant pile of snakes. Did you say you met some lizard folk? Maybe these are their friends.
They didn't turn into snakes.
Just to be clear, Erica, that was not lizard folk.
Yeah, that was a drow.
Yeah.
That's
The
fair.
lizard folk we met with Shestek, it was the second time, did not seem to get along with other lizard folk. They left in a boat.
They seem to kind of warn you off about the dangers of going into the temple.
Also, I should point out that that's totally in character for drow. They're doing stuff like turning into snakes all the time.
Plus,
Yeah.
it was actually getting the drow confused with the dragonborn who left and thinking the dragonborn was a dragon.
I like the idea that you were double confused. That seems in character for Flessa.
Yep.
Mhm.
Also, a casual drow racism from Omer Lestrin.
Yeah.
So,
I've got some magical thing I could try against the lizard folk at the other end of the corridor if you want.
mhm.
I'm
Just to make it clear, the pit it's about 30 feet across the first pit, and then there's like a 20-foot wide walkway, and then there's another 30-foot pit, and then there's the lizard folk. So the lizard folk are like 70 or 80 feet away from you.
So these aren't 5-foot squares?
Yeah.
Sorry, they're whatever. I forget how math works. They're whatever they usually are. They're fine. Everything I said, but half as much.
Okay.
Here, we'll totally fix this. Erica, leave all this in. The pits are 15 feet wide, and then there's a 10-foot pathway and then there's another 15-foot wide pit, and so it's about 45 feet to the lizard folk. How's
Everybody ignore those mysterious words that just happened. Getting back to the in-character discussion,
Mm.
I have some magical thing I could try. Is everybody okay with that?
I would
Yeah.
like to, having dungeoneered before and seeing that this is just a pathway that maybe people walk through, I'm going to see if I can find anything that might, I don't know, reveal some kind of walkway. Otherwise, why are
Look
there
for, like, a
giant pits
mechanism?
here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I roll a dungeoneering check for that?
Don't
Yeah,
go
you
where they
can.
see you.
The challenging thing is how far you want to move out from, because obviously if you're at the end of the hallway, they'll just see you.
Right.
So-
I rolled a 23 in engineering.
Yes. All right. So that is real good. So Riz, when you kind of move over to the corner where Olestrin
Yeah.
was and peek around, so you look around, there doesn't seem to be any kind of obvious like mechanisms or switches or levers. But I will tell you, because that was a real good roll,
Thank
you
you.
notice there's some kind of like grooves or indentations on the edge of the pit, and you see similar ones on the far edge of the pit, and it suggests to you that there's probably some kind of walkway that has been removed that was in place here.
I relay this to my companions.
Is there anything around in
Quietly.
this room that we didn't notice? Like maybe a board leaning against the wall? It's about 50 feet long.
Nope, it seems like the current hallway that you're in is mainly corpse storage right now. That's like how it's currently being used. That's
How
not
tall
probably
are
what it
these
was
doors?
designed for.
Could
Perhaps.
we weave those together to make a walkway? I've got rope.
I strongly recommend
Let's not do
dealing
that.
with the
They've
lizard
got to be
folk on
stiff
the
by
other-
now. It's been a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be
Uh,
clear, is this a dead end? We have no other way. This
We-
hallway ends, and the only way is that it turns into the pits.
It turns
I-
turns south, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't look over here. So there might be some kind of secret
Yeah.
passageway to go around.
It-
I don't know.
You know, I think it might be safe to infer that there were walkways over these pits, and somebody has taken them away, possibly taken those walkways to the south
Peter nods
to
to Melek.
discourage people from going this way.
Says Melek.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's.
So
do
you
your-
could be
do your
discouraged and
best.
go home.
I don't feel that discouraged. I think we can solve this one.
Melek's got magic at range. Let's give it a
Yeah.
try.
I would
want
like.
Moss to make them glow.
I'm not going to make them glow. That's so obvious. I'm going to wander out here.
Okay. Are you going to do anything stealthy, or are you just going out there?
Step one was wandering out here.
Okay. The lizard folks see you, and they're rolling initiative. How's that?
Do I get to roll initiative?
I would recommend it. So the the lizard folk apparently were pretty surprised to see you because they did not roll great on initiative.
I'm sorry, my audio keeps cutting out. Do I get to roll initiative, or am I just standing here?
Yes.
Nope, do it. Roll it.
Okay.
And why doesn't everybody else roll initiative too?
I rolled a 22.
Way
this
ahead of you,
time.
man.
Make sure you remember your +2 from Acrid.
Yes.
19.
Yes. Am I putting it in the turn order for you, or
Hang on. I have to change my audio for a second.
is it me? Or
No, just a second. I have to change my audio.
Okay.
My headphones keep
No, you
cutting
sound
out.
fine.
Yeah.
okay.
It's not.
No worries. So just while Monty is doing that, I think why don't you all have initiative? I think probably because Monty is doing something, Monty and the lizard folk will kind of get around, and then we'll give everybody else a chance to join in the round. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
It seems like right now your plan is Monty has a plan. Stand back and see what Monty does, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Melek will lead us.
Melek, are you back?
Yes, I am.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So Melek, you did you roll initiative?
Yes, I rolled a 19.
All right. It looks like everybody put in their initiative. So Melek, we're going to focus on you and the lizard folk for now, and then maybe the other folks will join after one round. So you rolled considerably better than the lizard folks. So I guess that you were expecting to see them more than they were expecting to see you, which makes sense. So you've caught them somewhat unawares. You're looking, you see there's two kind of to the left and right of the corner and one straight ahead. So potentially you might have a hard time hitting the ones around the corners, but there's one straight ahead of you, right? You see all that?
Yep.
All right.
I hold my orb aloft, and it fills with swirls and cloudy images. And I cast hypnotism on this guy right in the middle.
All right.
There's a 12 which versus will. Bad roll.
His will is a little bit better than that.
Then this didn't work.
Okay. Does anything adverse happen to him or no?
No, this is an at will, so when I miss,
All right.
nothing happens. But when I hit, I will be able to slide him 3 squares, which I don't think he will like.
No, he will not like that. Wait, that's hypnotism? Hypnotism is walk into a pit?
Well, that or use a free action to attack your buddy. But in this
Okay.
case, sliding him seems a lot more funny.
Yes, it would. So also we would then get to engage in a debate about do you slide him 3 squares into the middle of the pit or 1 square just to the edge of the pit? And like, when does he start falling? Good news, Melik. All of the lizard folk have seen you and are going to try to murder you.
Okay.
This also may affect other people, so let me just check. Alestrin, you are standing next to Melik?
I think so. Although at one point
I'm
Rizwin
standing
came
next.
up and yeah, we're on top of each
Why
other.
don't you
at the
guys
moment.
position yourselves so you're not all in the same square, but it seems like you're probably all near Melik, right?
I am next to Melik.
Yeah.
Okay.
She took to
All
that
right.
square when she leaned around the corner. often.
The lizard folk that you attempted to hypnotize Melik, he kind of like shakes his head and he takes his little stick that he has, his staff, and he whirls it around and he fires a bolt of lightning in your direction.
Sparkle ouchie.
Melik, how does 20 verse reflex sound?
It sounds like I need to look at my shield spell and see if that does anything. Where are you, shield? Oh, that's just AC. That will hit, so I will have to use Infernal Wrath on him instead.
All right. So you're going to light him on fire because he
How
has...
dare you attack
Yes.
me?
How dare you shoot lightning at me? I will shoot a small amount of fire at you in return.
Yeah. He's going to take 7.
All right. Love
and
it.
technically a burst 10. So by the description, that whole area just erupts in fire, but only one guy gets hit.
Only one guy
Dang.
gets hit. All right. So, the bad news, Melik, is you zap him with fire. You also feel electricity course through your body to the tune of 12 lightning and radiant damage. Also, it kind of discharges from you, and Rizwin and Alestrin, you take 5 lightning damage also.
Hey, do we not get to save?
Nope, it just happens.
I don't like that.
sucks. Yeah, that's pretty. I don't like that at all.
How dare you?
Ouchie.
The other 2 lizard folk down there are going to attempt to do the same thing.
Hmm.
Can I? And
Hmm.
I can't shift out of the way.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
So this is gonna be let's see. So I guess they're targeting Melik with each of these. So Melik, that's even better. 23 versus reflex.
That will also hit.
They rolled not as well, so you will take 5 lightning and radiant damage, and your friends take 5 more each.
Ow.
Alestrin and Rizwin. And the last one will do really good. He rolled a 19. So I feel like I've never done this damage to Monty before. Melik, 9 more lightning damage.
Ooh, my.
Rizwin and Alestrin, 5 more each.
Jeez.
Ow!
I am
Just-
bloodied.
Just curious, how's everyone doing?
Ow!
I am down to 14 out of 33 hit points, and I did remember that those 7 temporary up on top.
Oh,
Well, those should be
go
gone,
away?
right?
Come on.
I think
I
they're
don't think you took a rest.
We didn't
Yeah,
take
we-
a rest. We just kind of wandered out of the room.
Oh, they stick
Yeah.
around till you rest? I thought they ended
Well,
the end of the encounter.
Risman used a healing surge, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine reset.
In that
Okay.
case, I am down to 7 hit points out of 33.
But Monty didn't take a rest.
Monty didn't take a healing
a healing
surge.
surge. So I think he
I'll
messed it
allow
up. Okay.
Okay, so I'm at
All right.
14.
All right. I believe next in the order is Acrid has seen all of this happen.
yeah, Acrid is going to use Inspiring Word so that Melik can use a healing surge and regain an additional 4 hit points.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that is okay. She just has to be within 5. So I guess Acrid will move a little bit. No, not too much closer, because Acrid also doesn't want to get lightninged. So there.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
Yeah, you guys should all just cluster together to one big interconnected lightning chain. All right, that was Acrid. Olestrin, you were next to the corner. You thought you were safe because you could not see the lizard folk, but somehow Melik has just discharged like 15 points of lightning damage into you. How are you feeling?
Not pleased at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to determine whether I rested or not because it's hit points versus encounter powers back, and I think I'm going to say that I did rest. So I have my.
We didn't rest though, did we?
Yeah, because I reset everything thinking that we spent long enough for somebody to use a healing surge.
We could have rested.
Rizwin did, clearly. I guess the question was, Rizwin sat and rested quietly while perhaps the others of you were studying corpses or whatnot. So I think the only person who would benefit by not taking the rest, Monty, the question was whether Monty still had temp HP or not, right?
I can take it back off, but I would like to, we should be clear when we take rests and not just mark them off and not tell people.
Yeah, no secrets.
So am I taking those 7 points back off? What's happening?
I will allow each of you to decide whether you have those 7 temporary hit points or whether you have your encounter powers. It's up to you. Basically, I guess we can retcon that if you wanted to keep your 7 temporary hit points, you had to jog in place to keep your heart rate up. I am being very generous here to try and not help you all get murdered. So
I don't want like a special gift or anything. Just tell me.
No, I feel like in this situation, because of the way that it went down, that you get to choose either you took a short rest or you continued exploring forward.
Right.
And
it's also always a little confusing. In 4E, a short rest is like 15 minutes.
5.
Whereas in 5E, a short rest is an hour.
Okay.
So
Well,
you guys can dawdle for 5 minutes like nobody's business.
We're very good at that.
I don't think I took a short rest.
Okay.
I don't remember saying short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember any. I remember people spending surges.
I
but,
did. So
Yeah. All right. So Olestrin.
Yeah. So if I were to take up residence in this square right above Rizwin here, would I be able to see any of these lizard folk?
Do you have something that like ignores cover or anything?
I do, but I feel like if I'm back here, I should be able to see past this corner to at least maybe this lizard folk in the bottom right.
Let's say yes, because I hate that part of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
Let's everybody get out some string and
Protractors.
I believe yes.
Let's
I think it is if a line drawn from that corner can get to 2 corners of the enemy square without passing through a wall, which it totally could, you're good. So the center one you would have a nice line of sight on. It's the one up that is harder, right? Or the
one around the corner to the west is probably out of sight.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do
something arrow related. I would suggest. It's your go-to.
Yeah. But I would have to I'd have to use my move to get up there to take the shot. I'm trying to preserve some move so I can get away from the lightning rod up there with his orb.
Can we split the move in 4E?
Nah, not in 4.
Nope. I mean, you're you have crazy range. You could probably stand on the far back wall of this passageway and fire arrows at them with no disadvantage. And the key is just don't be close to your friends. You have seen lightning go from somebody to somebody 2 squares away.
Right. But lightning also has pretty good range, as I recall.
It's great. It's real good.
It hits the ground from all the way up there in the sky.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just delightful.
So for the sake of safety, because I kind of got shot up there pretty good.
Yeah, all your fillings are buzzing.
I'm going to make a nimble strike, which means I can shift 1 square before I make an attack. So I'm going to shift up to here.
You're like strafing now?
Yes, exactly.
So you shift over there. Is this an encounter power or an at-will?
No, it's an at-will.
Okay, so you could be doing this all the time.
I could, but then I still got to save move to get out of the way.
Yes.
So I shift up the corner here, and I will shoot at. Let's do the guy right in the middle.
Seems like he might be your Corey.
It does seem like that, doesn't it? but I'm not sure that I can make it my quarry right now because it's a minor action and I'm in the middle of my standard action.
Okay.
So it seems
like that. Okay.
It seems like cheating. All right. So one shot. Ugh, it's garbage. It's a 15 versus AC.
That will not hit this lizard folk.
Well, it's a good thing I took that short rest then, because I'm going to retake that shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's better. That's a 26 versus AC.
That definitely hits.
Okay, it does 16 points of damage.
Okay. That is not good for him. Had this lizard folk already taken damage from somebody, or did I get that wrong?
They
don't
did not take
anybody's-
damage from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry. For some reason, I had him slightly down and not his friends down. I don't know. That was weird. So, I'm sorry. You said 16.
Tripped and stumbled on his
Correct.
way this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is somebody closer to me, so I don't get.
Right.
Never mind on that. And so, having done that, I still have a move action, and what I'm going to use is Invigorating Stride.
Kind of a strut.
Yes, which allows me to shift 3 squares. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Can I still see the lizard folk from there?
Oh, yeah, totally. You got
Okay, they can
eyes.
see me then. If I step over here, I'm standing on corpses, but
They're providing natural camouflage. you
that's
know?
right.
Yeah. Plus, once you're a corpse, you'll just lie. You'll be neatly organized.
All right.
Corpses are conductive, right?
Yes.
Are they visible to me from here?
I couldn't tell you. You're so far away. What do you think?
I'm scared. I'm going to go there anyway.
All right. Did someone draw on a line? Looks like
Someone's
no.
drawn a line. All right.
Who
And
is
that
the
allows.
line drawer? Explain yourself.
I don't know. Whoever's green. I think it's Sarah.
I
Okay.
drew the line. It's 55 feet away.
And it looked like it went through a corner. So we're going to say that you would be hard to see.
Cool. Well, since I took my invigorating stride, that allows me to take my second win. So I'm going to
Okay.
get some hit points back.
Yeah, just breathe deeply when you're in a pile of corpses. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, and before I did that, I would like to make that guy my quarry
Okay.
for the next time. And I'm done.
So, Rizwin, you are next to Melik. You have taken a great deal of electrical damage for someone who has not actually been targeted with an attack.
Yeah, I don't have anything that goes that far.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Oh, that's not moving.
Some point, someone's going to need to jump over these pits.
I'm going to.
Ooh.
I'm short.
jumping.
I can't actually do that. So I'm going to back up. And I'm going to. Yeah. Second wind is per encounter or per day?
Per encounter.
Encounter.
Per encounter, and I believe even as a dwarf, you can do it as a. Am I remembering correctly? Dwarves can do something as a minor action with second wind.
Oh, yes. I can use my second wind as a minor action. And using a second wind just gives me a healing surge, right?
It also gives you a temporary bonus to your defenses.
Great. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, let's see. Take a healing surge, temporary bonus to my defenses. What's the bonus?
I believe +2 for a turn.
Great. And at that point, I really don't have a lot else I do, but I am actually going to cast Healing Word. Oh, wait, no. Dwarven Resilience. Can I use a minor action as a standard action?
I
Yes,
think you can, yeah.
yes, you could.
Great.
So you could, if you didn't take a standard action, you could do 2 minor actions. Totally.
Okay, I am going to cast Healing Word on Melik.
Oh,
So Melik can heal.
Oh, thanks. What happens?
I'm going to roll 1d20 plus, let's see.
E20.
No.
Like that would be an amazing.
Oh, never mind. 1d6, sorry. You get an extra point.
whoops.
One
Surge
point?
+1. Surge +1.
Plus one. Surge +1.
Oh, surge +1. Okay, thank you.
Malik is unfamiliar with the way healing works because usually he never takes damage.
This is, I think, the first time I've been damaged, and now I'm back to full.
Oh,
Great.
Wow.
It does
great.
not take long to heal a wizard back up to his measly starting hit points.
Well, that's great.
So you should just stay there. You're totally safe, Malik.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Rizwin, you're all set?
I'm all set.
Melik, speaking of pre-existing conditions, what's up with you?
I'm going to try that hypnotism again on the center lizard folk shocker.
It'll be great if it works.
No, look at the orb. Look at the orb, the swirling. I need you to look at the swirling.
Oh, Flessa starts staring at the orb.
10.
Oh no, critical fail.
I rolled a 1.
Would you like
Yeah,
to take an action point?
Oh, you do have an action point.
You do have an action point, and you're going to get another one if you live.
All right, I'll do an action point and try it
You can
again.
only ever use one action point during a fight, so if you've got one here,
All
you
right.
might as well use
Yeah.
I will shake the orb.
Yeah, Magic 8 Ball style.
Let's try this again. 22 versus Will.
Okay, that is much, much better. So tell me what happens to that lizard folk.
Hypnotism. Choose one of the following effects. I choose you slide the target up to 3 squares.
All
I
right.
would like it 2 squares straight towards us. I think he gets a save or something if I move him off a cliff.
All right. He is going to attempt to. I don't know if he would if he was hypnotized, but I mean, I think mechanically he does. Flavor wise, I don't think he does. He fails. So Monty, tell you what. Can you roll me 2d10 falling damage for him? And we'll say a d8 of spike damage.
5.
Wow. Okay. That's very low.
Yeah, but so is he in a pit.
All right. So he is in trouble. He is bloodied and in a pit. And
these guys bloody easily.
I mean, I guess you don't necessarily know that he's bloodied in a pit because he's in a pit, but you saw him go down a pit. I mean, you guys hit him many times and then he fell down a pit. So, Melik, what would you like to do next?
I would like to move over here.
All right.
So long, jerks.
Bravely take cover. Flessa.
All I saw was my boss get hit with a bunch of sparkle, ouchie pain, and people shooting things. What should I do, boss? I look at both of my bosses because I could jump over there to the middle part, but
I don't.
yet, so I don't know that Flessa has that smart of a plan.
We also don't know what's over here. It could
Yeah.
be more shockers.
I think we should try to get rid of those lizard folk before any of us start jumping 15 feet.
That sounds like a great idea.
At the same time, I will just say I think it does, but the idea of Flessa jumping over pits and then just getting to the other side and stabbing everybody so they stop shocking us, also not bad.
Sounds
Not
pretty
bad.
Yeah,
good.
well,
It's true.
Yeah, because I can only like my normal range with a dagger is only 5 squares.
Mhm.
Throw it 10 squares, but then it's a -2 penalty.
So let me suggest this. So Peter is probably going to run out and attack them and try to do a divine challenge, or well, my divine challenge, my range is too small, but I think if I succeed with my javelin attack, if I hit them, then one of those 2 guys is going to be subject to my divine sanction. So at least one of them is going to attack me and not you, even if you try to jump over there.
And I only have enough movement to get as far as like the middle and then scooch off to one side and hide, assuming there's nothing else there. I wouldn't be able to attack from there immediately anyway.
That might be tactically pretty useful, though. Also, I think you were dealing with the challenge of, like, Melik and Alestrin are well set up for range. Other people are probably going to need to close the distance, or we just watch them fight each other for like 5 more rounds. But what would an adventurer do?
I say parkour your way over there.
Ooh, okay. So I'm going to.
I concur.
All right, so I'm going to run over, and I'm just going to use my standard action, drop it down to a move action so that I can run and jump. And while I know what page the jumping rules are on, I don't actually have my book right with me. But I know that I
just
need
looked
to
them
roll
up.
something.
What is it?
Is it athletics or is it
What
acrobatics?
page?
Because Monty
182, I believe.
hardcore. So I would probably be wanting to not like jump straight over the pit, but like run at it from an angle, bounce off this wall.
Yeah,
And-
Prince of Persia style. Run along the wall.
Yeah, ricochet back.
You
So-
roll a d20, divide it by 5, and that's how many squares you jumped, and it's an athletics check.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Athletics is not ideal.
Well, so you'd need to get a 15 to clear 3 squares, right?
Okay. Which I did.
Oh, okay.
18 plus 9. So-
Okay. You just wanted to
Yay.
you wanted something gratuitous.
Yeah. Well, basically, because Flessa doesn't just jump straight across. She
Yeah.
hops from here,
Mm-hmm.
bounces off the wall, lands over here, and then runs this way.
All right,
All
Flessa,
right.
now that you have landed on this little walkway between the 2 pits, let me tell you what you can see. To your, well, it's to my right, to Flessa's left. So off to the right, there is a closed door set into kind of an alcove, but right where Flessa landed, there is an open door that you can, the doors are ajar. It looks like there's something behind them right where you are.
All right. Can I, because I want to get far enough over that I crouched out of the way.
How many squares of movement do you have left?
Let's see. From where I started, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 3 more squares from this spot.
Do you want to move through these doors?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
You move through these doors. You find yourself in basically a closet full of corpses.
Ooh, the corpse closet. I found it, you guys.
We can't hear you.
Good news, everybody.
Gross.
Do any of them look like they're named Rutherford Urmbrisk?
Ask them.
Hard to ascertain in the heat of battle. All right. Was that your turn, Flessa?
Because since in 4th edition you can't break up movement.
Yeah.
You can't stop to use an action point and attack.
Yeah.
So I.
You could theoretically take an action point now if you wanted to do something else.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have another.
Then you
action
wouldn't
to
be in cover.
crouch back in cover. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just staying put.
All right, Peter, Dragonforge. How is your athletics?
Terrible.
You're a paladin.
You may know me from falling in garbage and sewers.
He's got a weight bench in the basement, but he never uses it.
Shouldn't there be like a minimum threshold that you have to do like a certain number of like pull-ups to get into paladin school? I don't know.
And I hit the exact minimum, which is why my athletics modifier is 0.
And then you have not kept up with it since then. No.
I am
Once you graduate, you
again.
don't-
It's charm that Peter's all about the charm, diplomacy, intimidation. Those are his skills.
Mhm. You're gonna try and use diplomacy in this situation?
Yeah, I'm gonna move out here. Can I see one of those guys from here?
I'm gonna say they have cover.
Is there no place I can go where they would not
Because-
have cover?
No, they're smart. They're hanging out behind the corners, especially since they saw what happened to their friend that did not have cover.
Okay. Well then, I don't love that.
Just a little bit of cover. It's good. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm terrible at the javelin anyway. I'm basically.
You're not going to get
useless
better
here.
by not throwing javelins, Peter.
Does anybody need to be healed? Anybody want to take a healing surge? I can do a lay on hands, and you can go up health wise, or is everybody okay?
Oh, we're fine.
Accurate also has healing still.
Maybe Bahamut will guide your javelin or something.
Okay, yeah, all
Maybe
right.
you could do it like with some a little bit of heroic effort.
Peter,
Does your divine challenge only work when you hit, or is it when you just attack?
so I have a divine challenge minor action, but that's a burst 5, so it's too far away.
Oh,
But
gotcha. Okay.
but I have a standard action attack that will let me mark them.
Is it a ranged attack?
It is it works as a ranged attack. Yes.
Ah.
What is the range on a javelin, by the way? Are they in range of my javelin, Tony?
I really don't want to look this up. Probably,
I don't see
Javelin.
any range on my sheet, which is the problem here.
yeah. Javelin. Oh God, I accidentally went to the Wikipedia page that's just about the history of javelins.
Go on.
Yeah, it's an Olympic
on.
sport, you know.
The range of a
Greece,
javelin
you
is
say.
yes, 10, or you'll take a penalty at 20.
So
Or
that's
up
much
to-
better than my dagger.
Yeah, it's much better than dagger.
Oh yeah, I'm in range. Okay, great.
Yeah, totally. This is a situation built for a javelin.
All right. Well,
Weird.
I'm gonna throw one of my javelins, which are so rarely used, and here we go.
Which guy are you hitting?
Yeah.
Bottom left.
Okay.
Do you want to give
And-
that one a name?
Lefty.
Bottomy.
Left shock.
18.
Left shock. Yes.
I rolled an 18, Tony.
I will tell you that his armor class is a little bit better than an 18. So
Alright.
he evades, and your javelin clatters onto the stones behind him
And
in an easily recoverable place.
all right, and then I will issue a actually, you know, I was going to issue a fake divine challenge that is because it's out of range and just to intimidate them, and I am going to do that, and I'm going to roll intimidation and be like, if you continue to fight us, you will be cursed, and all the wrath of Bahamut, the dragon, will fall upon you, and that's a 13 intimidation. So there.
They don't seem that intimidating.
It's fine. I had something for me to do, and I'm standing there.
Yes. All right. They're next. Great news for lizard people.
Does Peter get to mark them just for attacking, or is that only if you hit?
Only if I hit.
All right. Well, the only person that they can see is Peter Dragonforge.
I feel like
So-
that maybe the lizard folk on the right can see me.
I think they're going to be focused on Peter. So,
I'm just trying to establish what I get to do next turn.
Peter says under his breath, I'm the tank, I'm the tank, I'm the tank, I'm the tank.
Back.
they fire lightning at Peter. Targets your reflex, 18 versus reflex,
Oh, that'll hit.
and 12 versus reflex.
That will not hit.
All right.
Reflex.
The attack that hits does but 6 lightning and radiant damage, and there's nobody close enough to you to discharge lightning into.
Indeed.
This lizard folk spends his turn climbing out of the pit. Why would he climb out on that side?
Target.
Seems like a poor choice. Acrid.
Acrid. Does anybody need healing still? Because I know
They
that
turned me
like,
down.
multiple people.
But we didn't want healing from you.
I feel like
I got
if
that
Georgia
sense.
I feel like if Georgia was here, she would probably try to jump over the pit. But I don't want to do that because, like, Acrid's. Well, let's see. What is Acrid's athletics?
Probably pretty good, right?
It's not terrible. It's a
Yeah.
plus 10.
Oh,
10 is
man.
good.
Good.
No, Erica, 10 is very good.
Acrid's got to
Alright.
leap into the fray, I think. Enough of this
All right.
commander strike stuff.
Like, plus
So-
10 to any of your skills is, like, amazing.
Okay, 3.
Like, plus 2 is like, meh, you're okay at it. Plus 5 is like, you're pretty good at anything 10 or above. I mean, how many of your scores do you have more than 10 to?
Well, not very many now that you say
Okay, yeah, those are
Like
the things
4?
that you are, like, the best at. Yeah, Monty, but yours are, like, books, also books
Yeah.
again.
History, religion. Here I
Yeah.
come.
All right. And her speed is only 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when she hits the other side, she'll have 2 more squares of movement, assuming she does. Let's roll. That's a 15. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
We won't tell Georgia about this.
Uh-uh.
About how the time you almost but did not kill her character.
Yep. And she gets to hear, but actually she doesn't want any more movement because she's just gonna stand there and look menacing. Oh wait, dragon breath is a minor action, so she's gonna throw up.
Wow. A dragon
The visual
emerges
is
from around the
fantastic.
corner, leaps across, and immediately shoots acid at this guy who just climbed up out of a
Vomits.
pit.
That's
Vomit acid.
amazing.
Bloody, sad.
This guy just crawled out of a pit and you're going to vomit acid on him?
Yes.
This
He's
is
had a
his
bad
house.
day.
Welcome to Undermountain, dude.
I put you in that pit for a reason.
lives
Get
here.
back down there.
Yeah, this is his
He's
house.
home.
What was that, Erica?
18 versus reflex.
Welcome to the corpse closet, dude.
His reflex is 19. He narrowly avoids the acid vomit,
Wow.
but looks terrified. Some of it gets on his loincloth. I don't really know what lizard folk fashion is.
I hope it's not a loincloth.
So
Yeah, then Acrid's just gonna make herself as big as possible and say, "You."
that's very big, is my understanding.
Yeah.
All right. I think you guys have changed this from just a shooting fight into a I don't know what fight, acid vomit fight. It's not just a pitcher's battle. Sports reference for you. A Lestrin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can see this guy that's standing out on the walkway. So
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that was a poor choice that he made.
it was.
But I figured he was slightly closer to that side, and when you have to climb across a pit full of spikes,
So
you
wait,
should take the shortest distance.
let me set the stage here. So he got hypnotized into a pit where he was bloodied. He climbed out of the pit, and a giant dragonborn leaped across and tried to vomit acid at him. And they
He may not have realized which side of the pit he was climbing
And-
up at that point.
in this moment where he's like, I am really fortunate that the acid didn't get me, arrows fly out of the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see what comes rolling out of the closet. All right. So I'm gonna let's see here. I'm gonna twin strike him, I think.
He is still your quarry.
He is still my quarry. Thanks for reminding me. I actually remembered. So I knock up an arrow and I say, I've got a shocker for you.
Oh no.
And I get a critical fail.
No one hears Alestrin because Alestrin's very far away.
Yes. And it's muffled by the natural sound dampening of a pile of corpses that I'm
Yes.
standing on.
Yeah.
Natural sounds.
That first one went awry.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? How far away is he from those next guys? Within 5 squares of
Oh,
that
yeah.
enemy?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
they won't even have cover from that angle, right?
I don't think so.
That's an interesting point.
Boing.
Yeah. Wait, it's a rebounding shot, not like trick shot.
Yeah, that's
like
a trick
it.
shot.
So,
Never play snooker with Alestrin. That's all I'm saying.
hey, guess what I got again?
A critical fail.
Another critical fail, back-to-back ones.
Wow.
All right. Well, that arrow didn't do so hot, but I do have
That's what
one
happens,
more.
listeners. That's what happens when you use dice and not dice by PCalc.
I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
I
right.
feel like my shirt is very appropriate right now. For
The listeners.
shirt with
Oh,
a
God.
D20 it
What-
has a 1 on it, and it says "I tried."
One of the
Yeah.
stripes in
That's-
your rainbow. is,
Alestrin accidentally
transparent.
knocked the first arrow backward, and then he was so like embarrassed by that he did that with the second arrow.
Yeah, that one's pretty garbage too. That's only a 14 versus AC.
You are striking out. Usually, Alestrin's arrows fire true, but it turns out being in a pile of corpses might be bad for the strings. I should have learned a little bit more about archery.
Yeah. So I say, I told you you'd be shocked. And then I take one step back. So I'm in the view.
No one hears it.
I hear it.
Rizwin, how's your athletics? Not pit jumpy.
I have 4 in athletics. I could potentially do that, but my move speed is 5, and where I am right now, I'm not entirely certain I'd be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could use 2 moves to attempt it, but then you just get on the other side of the pit, and you would not be able to attack.
And
And there's also the challenge of your score. You have the
I'm short.
just fall into, which is that. Does that mean you have further or less far to fall when you fall down a pit?
I'm dense.
Yeah. So I just
There's more
Alright.
force.
that's not necessarily good when it's the force of you hitting a spike.
No, it's not. In that particular case, I am going to goodness. Interesting. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to move here real quick, and I guess that's what I do. And I'm gonna cast Cause Fear on this guy.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I
And
don't remember what Cause Fear does, but yeah, he'd be more
Well-
susceptible to it. If this is fifth edition, I'd give you advantage because he has seen things.
oh no, I only hit a 9. This is really terrible. These rolls are awful. 9 versus will.
His will is a little bit better than that, as established by Melik's repeated hypnotism.
And I can't re-roll that.
Unless
Curses.
you have an action point and would like to attempt that attack again.
I do have an action point, and I would love to do that.
Do it. No time
Great.
like now.
24 versus will.
That'll do it. So tell us what Cause Fear does to this
Great.
poor lizard folk.
So the target is compelled to take a free action to move as far away from me as it can, moving a number of squares equal to its speed plus my charisma modifier, which is 2. It avoids hindering terrain and difficult terrain if it can.
If it can. The lizard folk turns to run from you, Apparently forgetting that it was on the edge of a pit that is already got, like an inch of his blood in it.
It's not forced movement either, so it provokes opportunity attacks.
Okay, so let's find out. I'm going to roll a d20 to see if if the lizard folk runs into the pit or not. So he gets basically a saving throw to decide like whether he falls in the pit or not.
Okay.
He does not make it. So, Acrid, first off, the lizard folk took a step away from Acrid, so Acrid gets a melee basic on the lizard folk.
he's just about to descend into the pit. Gravity is just about to take effect, and she's going to take a
He's
swipe.
got one
at it.
foot in the pit. The other foot is not yet in the pit. He's like realized his mistake.
26 versus AC.
Please roll damage, Acrid.
Acrid's like, batter up.
Yep. So
He looks at Acrid. Wait, I'm about to fall. Could you just
10 points of damage.
I'm sorry, say the number again.
10.
Oh, that's not good. Sarah, can you roll 2d10 falling damage and then a d8 of spike damage? I think, is that what I had you do, Monty?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
that sounds about right.
yeah.
19.
Oh no. Oh no. He lands face first and he's not good.
Not moving.
No, there's like a really bad kind of sound of like wet and then the sound of a skull scraping against a spike.
Oh dear.
It's not good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Favor of the Gods on Alestrin so he can re-roll things.
Neat.
Okay.
And then
Everybody loves
done.
Alestrin re-rolling things.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Let's lengthen that turn, people.
Brisbane, are you all set where you
I'm done.
Yeah,
I've moved. I've done a standard action. I've done a minor.
All right, one lizard shocker is dead. Melik, what will you do?
I will walk to here,
Mm,
and I believe that I can see this guy who is
I believe so.
squares away. I will look at him, and I will tell him to let his breathing slow, to picture a beautiful field. 22 versus Will. Why don't you just take a couple steps forward in that beautiful field, pal?
Poppies.
He fails, so he walks into the pit.
19 points of damage.
Oh, I like these guys.
We
I'm
don't.
I'm gonna say he's right there. All right, Melik. Anything else?
No.
Flessa, you're in a corpse closet.
Yeah. I guess I don't. From this angle, I don't really have a running. Do I have a running start? Can I kind of jump diagonally across?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think a running start just means you needed like 2 squares of movement before you
Yeah.
hit the pit.
1,
So.
2,
So you can take 2 steps back and 2 steps forward, and
4, 5.
And then opposite
then we're
subtract?
cha-chaing.
Yeah, I'm just
Reference
wondering if
acknowledged.
my trajectory means that I have to sort of land over on this side.
You could land there and then throw a dagger at Lefty, or land there and charge Lefty.
1, 2. I don't think Flessa has ever charged anything ever. 1, 2, 3.
Strictly
She pays
cash only.
Strictly
Yeah.
cash. Yeah.
She's a credit risk.
It's true. It's so true.
Yeah, the change purse full of polished stones was the first hint.
I got a 25 on my check to leave.
Athletics. So you effortlessly wall run across the pit.
Whee!
And over the top of the lizard folk who's down at the
Yeah, you
bottom.
get
of
a good look at the lizard folk who is angry and in the pit.
I wave at him as I slide by.
Let me just reveal more of what you can
Yeah.
see as the first person to cross the pit.
6 more.
Flessa. So, Flessa, you are in a hallway. There's a pit in the middle of it. There is a doorway off to the east and a doorway off to the west. There's an alcove by the doorway to the east, and it seems to have just like a huge collection of kind of like planks and bridge-like pieces of wood.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to use my action point so I can do another move action, so I can get over up into the face here
Mm-hmm.
of Lefty.
Lefty.
Yep.
Do you have any encounter powers that would let you like shift a bunch of squares before attacking?
No, I
Okay.
don't. I mean, I have tumble, but that's another move action, so I might as well just move straight up to him. My acrobatic strike only lets me shift 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to dazing strike
Mm-hmm.
this guy. And that is a 28 versus AC.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So he takes, where's my D4? He takes 10 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he is dazed until the end of my next turn. And then I'm going to crouch down and I'm going to low slash at him. And that is a 25 versus reflex.
That definitely hits.
All right. That does another 10 points of damage plus.
I pictured Flessa as like a Tasmanian devil. It's just a cloud with daggers coming out of it. It's amazing.
Plus 5 more points of damage. And I slide the target 1 square.
Oh.
That's which
Yes.
direction I'm going to slide.
Sending you over there was the right idea.
Excellent.
This one chooses to fall prone instead of falling in the pit.
Okay, that's fine. He's also slowed until the end of my next turn.
All right. He will just stay there and collect his blood. He is bloodied.
All right. I feel like that was a pretty good use of an action point.
That was a big turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Peter, you're far away, safely on the other side of 2 pits.
Well, I will. He's got cover, but I can shoot with my javelin, so I'm just going to do that.
Yep.
So let's see. That is 22 versus AC.
You know, it looks like it's not gonna make it, and then it gets them right in the shin. You ever been stabbed with a javelin in the shin?
No.
Is there any minus for him being prone?
Same as cover, I think. I don't know. If those-
Yes. So I don't know if they stack.
They
or
wouldn't
not.
stack.
Okay.
I don't think so.
He's less covered because he's prone
Mhm.
now at the edge of the pit. So
Roll
all right.
me javelin damage.
8 javelin damage, and
Okay.
he is now marked.
What? You're all the way over there.
That's just how it happens because it is magic.
All right.
Helmet, man.
All right. Well, it is his turn. So what will they do?
One thing and one thing only, because he's dazed.
He's dazed. He's on the ground. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if he attacks anybody but me from there, 7 damage.
Well, I guess he. This is real bad. Also, I feel like probably a bunch of things that he would do might provoke Flessa.
Lots of things provoke Flessa.
Yeah.
All right. So he is going to fire a special attack while he's still got life in his veins. Flessa, this provokes a melee basic from you because he's doing a ranged attack on someone far away, and you're right there. So you get to do a melee basic on him. Let's see if that kills him before he gets to do the thing.
That is only an 18 versus AC.
He's rolling around in his own blood, and you don't connect with him.
I missed with an attack, so I'm going to use my heroic effort and add +4 to that.
I don't know if you can use heroic effort on his turn.
It says trigger, you miss with an attack.
But what
There's
kind of action?
no action.
It's a no action?
It's a no action.
Well, that's valid.
It's very heroic to kill this poor
Humans! Let's
bleeding
hear it for the
dazed
humans.
lizard folk.
Yay, humans.
All right.
Do we want to keep one of these guys alive just to ask him how to get the heck out of here?
You sure are not acting like that.
There's still one in the pit. And he's
Yeah,
not even bloodied yet. It's
that-
fine.
Yeah, that guy in the pit is fine. He'll be easy to interrogate.
Now, because my turn has not come around again, I don't get sneak attack damage.
I
Is that-
don't think so.
Okay, then it's only 3 points of damage.
Okay. So you clip him in the arm. He's wriggling around in his own blood, and he mutters something in lizard folk, and his staff lights up terrifyingly, and he is going to cast Ball Lightning, which is going to it's going to attack Melik, Rizwin, and Peter because it's a burst over there.
What?
So yeah.
He can't- No.
Well,
Okay.
he's hitting. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to draw the square?
Nah.
All right. He's going to hit the square between Rizwin and Peter, and then it's going to get you all as well. So let's do Melik first. 25 versus reflex.
I expect that hits.
Rizwin, Uh, 24 versus reflex.
That hits.
Peter, 29 versus reflex.
That hits.
Good news, everybody, for Team Lizard. Team Lizard does 6 lightning damage to each of you that just got hit. And as you crackle with electricity, you take ongoing 5 lightning damage until you can safely discharge it, which is a
How-
save.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fair question. That I
There's a
anticipate.
pile of bodies over here. Seems like it'd be a pretty good ground. So
Yeah, so he'll do that. And this guy is going to climb out of the pit. He is annoyed. He sees
I
Flessa.
thought he was a lizard folk.
He is deciding which
hide your
of
pizzas.
his attacks to use against
Referencing.
Flessa. You know what, Flessa?
Mhm.
He's going to run up behind you and club you. How about that?
I like going clubbing.
Do you like 18 versus armor class?
I do because it doesn't hit.
What if he uses lizard folk heroic effort?
That's not a thing.
It's correct. It's Acrid's
I
turn.
know that. Acrid is going to jump over this other pit.
Just going nuts with George's character. What could go wrong?
Let's give that a try, shall we? That's a 16.
Mm-mm.
I'm just making it dramatic.
Mm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's exactly the right amount of movement to get over to be right behind this guy.
And flank that guy, huh?
Like that guy. Yep.
Is Acrid going to tell Flessa to stab him?
Again, since it's not Fless's turn again yet, I don't think it's worth it because I don't get sneak attack damage.
So maybe Acrid stabbed him with a big sword.
Yeah, I think Acrid is just going to try to do her Warlord's favor. That's the one she's going to do. And that will be
Like, go down to the store, get some milk.
28 versus AC.
That definitely hits.
And the damage is 14 plus 5 is 19 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I rolled really well on the 2d8.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yep. And one ally within 5 squares gains a +2 power bonus to attack rolls against the target until the end of Acrid's next turn. So that's Flessa.
All right. All right. That guy, I forgot to mention, he is very bloodied now.
Hmm.
So 2 bloodied, badly damaged lizard folk stand between you and it's unclear what's next. Alestrin,
Hey, how you doing?
I've been better.
Okay.
Used to have 3 lizard folk down to 2, and that's being generous.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You're
Sucks
not
to lose
sorry.
lizard folk. Alestrin now thinks that there is enough cannon fodder between him and the enemies that he can safely come out of the shadows. So,
They have names. Malik, Rizwin, Peter.
okay, I'll learn him eventually.
For short.
So he's going to come tromping across the pile of corpses again.
It's just, oh god, your boots are awful at this point.
Well, they started out pretty foul. And now that he is within sight of the bloodied lizard folk over here, he's going to make him his quarry.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to shoot 2 arrows at him. Well, he's going to shoot 1 arrow at him. Let's see what happens. Maybe the other arrow will go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
15 versus AC.
You
That
can
will not
re-roll
hit.
that.
I know
Oh.
I can. I'm
Thanks,
going to.
God.
Jeez Louise, 15 versus AC again.
Answer.
Good thing I've got another arrow. That's better. That's a 23 versus AC.
That definitely hits. Roll me damage.
Okay, with my quarry damage, that does 14.
He collapses into the pit.
Neat. Alrighty then. Can I see left chalk over here?
Yeah, I think so.
On the ground. So it's
He's on the ground, so you and around the corner. So we're gonna say you have -2 to hit him.
Okay, so if I ignore cover using a neat power of some kind,
Yes.
still -2 because he's prone.
No, I'll give it to you.
All right. Then I will. I will utilize my Bracers of Archery's daily power. You know what? Let's not do that.
No.
Let's save that for a situation where it might be more needed. I'm just going to take shots at him,
Mm-hmm.
which in order to do that, I'm going to have to use my action point. So 2 more arrows at the other guy.
Okay, roll them.
That is an 18 versus AC.
18 misses. These guys are tough. 19 and up is what you need.
All right. Arrow number 2. That's a 24.
That'll do it. Tell me damage.
7 damage.
He is on his last legs, but he's still there.
Well, I think that's all I can do. So
Rizwin, can you do anything about this one last lizard folk on the ground around the corner from you?
And
I have-
also lightning damage.
Yeah.
yeah,
What
sorry,
do I
Trevor.
roll for lightning damage?
Take 5 lightning damage. At the end of your turn, you can roll a d20. You got to get a 10 or above to shake it off. Shake it off.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, sorry, Steve. It was a bad joke, not appropriate.
that's right.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything that.
You can see Flessa standing next to somebody on the ground. You're probably he'll be dead soon.
She's probably thinking that poor guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Unless somebody tells me to leave him alive to ask questions. But so far, nobody has said that.
Do we want to do that? That's a great question.
Leave Lefty alive? I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is there any way I can like yield my turn?
Yep.
Great. Then I'm going to shout at Flessa, kick his staff into the pit and disable him, but don't kill him.
Well,
We
you
need to ask questions.
All
And
right.
then-
can always just attack him and do non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage.
That was the theatrical way of saying that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we got it.
And then I roll 1d20 to. I rolled a 3.
You are still taking lightning damage. You still,
Great.
yeah. Your message to Flessa is a little bit garbled because you're shaking with electric.
Ow.
I got the gist.
Yeah.
Although there's plausible.
Save it for questioning. Ah!
Lady!
If Flessa accidentally kills him, I've got plausible deniability now, though.
All right. Melik, I believe you also start your turn by taking some lightning damage.
Okay, I will take that lightning damage.
Do you want to do anything on your turn?
Yes.
He's going to hypnotize him again.
Crawl into the pit non-lethally.
I'm going to wander over here and use magic missile on him non-lethally.
Can you do that?
Yes, I have complete control of where the missile goes.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
tell
hit
me
him
how
on the
you-
back of the head.
It's
And,
force
uh,
damage.
His
You
head
non-lethally kill
bonks.
him with a magic missile.
I'm knocking him out with
Okay.
perfect magic power.
How many people did you accidentally kill while you were building up your expertise in that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
They use convicted prisoners in the tower, so we're pretty. And that was before the ethics classes, which honestly in the Wizard Tower are pretty casual.
Yeah, they're like attendance optional
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, they never take
Yeah.
attendance in that class, and it's past
Yeah.
the pass, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Melik, how much damage does magic missile do?
8.
That was enough. That is a unconscious lizard folk. What is my symbol here for unconscious? I don't know if I have a good symbol for that.
You've never needed it.
Lefty slumps to the ground, ready to be questioned by you, assuming you have not done significant brain damage to him. Everything is quiet for a moment, and then
Our friends get to save from their lightning damage.
the
Oh, yeah.
door in the middle of the platform here pops open, and a halfling sticks her head out and says, "What's going on here?" And to find out what is going on here, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end. Bye.
Will
Okay.
we find out what's going on
And
here?
let's not forget that Melik needs to save against lightning.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the
Will
middle
we
of
Nice
my
find
first
turn.
out
one.
what's going on here?
Yeah.
Will Melik remember to save or continue to take lightning damage forever when I retcon it 3 adventures later?
All right.
Who the heck is this halfling? Tune in next time to find out.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
My favorite
5
Undermountain game
minutes.
show. Who the heck is this half?
Yes.
Yeah. What are these
A classic.
knuckleheads gonna do next?
Bill Cullen.
Yeah, Alan Ludden. Yeah.
Dorothy Kilgallen. And Betsy Palmer as Mrs. Voorhees. Hello.
Everyone doing okay?
Hello. Yeah,
Well, I was worried I had not prepped enough stuff, and I'm no longer worried about that.
that's great. I mean, we only have one more episode, and
I know.
it
that
can go as long as it needs to until 3, at which point it has to stop. But
I think I had way more hours prepped than is needed.
Great.
I think that the total adventure is probably 2 or 3, probably 3 more sessions total.
all right.
That's
what
it.
I'm thinking.
The hour-long sessions and not the
Yes, sorry.
3
more.
4-hour-long sessions.
Yeah, 3 meetings. Sorry.
So what decade will that be?
I know. And then
Monty, it'll be the Roaring 20s.
Ooh,
Yes.
exciting.
I forget if I told you at the beginning,
I need to brand this properly.
the campaign is kind of 4 parts, and this is part 3. The 4th part is shorter than any of the other parts. So the 4th part is you piece together all your clues and go find Rutherford, hopefully.
I mean, this is the 3rd adventure when we've tried to find Rutherford, so
He's very elusive. It's kind of a Where's Waldo
We'll get
situation.
there in the next one. So.
and then you'll be free. I don't know. Maybe we'll make 5th edition versions of these characters or something.
I wonder if the halfling that just showed up is Enda the Rogue.
There's no way to know unless we play Dungeons and Dragons right now. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I would think of myself more as a neutral,
Okay. It's
maybe lawful
so
neutral.
it's 1:33. So so we can go until you find a break that is on the way toward 6 p.m. Tony, and then
Yes.
that'll get Sarah out of here, and we'll have 3 episodes.
And we'll
Thank you.
we'll end well before 6. When I say
Great.
well, I mean 10 to 25 minutes before 6. How's that?
That's good.
I would say I think Sarah, you already doodled, so you're great. But other people should doodle / we can fill out scheduling at the end of the session
Yeah,
as well.
I did that too.
All
I will
right.
actually be on the East Coast
Oh
in
wow.
September.
Come by Tony's house.
Yeah, I was gonna say which part of the East Coast.
Natick.
Oh, yeah,
That's not far.
right
I'm in
there.
Somerville, so that's not that far. So
Yeah.
I forget. Were you?
You can be at the mall.
We don't have to talk about this on a street, but you lived in Massachusetts.
Yes, my family is from Massachusetts.
Gotcha. All right. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tony something or other. We are playing Dragonforge and Associates. Our adventures, they're reunited. They're fighting tentacles. They're fighting lizard folk shockers. They are not falling into pits. They're making people fall into pits. That's the kind of heroes they are. Everything is going their way until a door opens and a halfling pokes her head out to find out what is going on. Who is this halfling? Is she friend or foe? Let's find out by playing Dungeons and Dragons! Introduced in
It's
the
Tony's
order
famous
that I
catchphrase.
feel like. It's Sarah Barber. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm saying your name correctly, I think.
Yay, you are. I'm playing Rizwin, a dwarven cleric, who, she likes to hit things with hammers sometimes and otherwise heal people.
Also here, it's Steve Lutz.
Hooray!
Said
Did you want
everybody.
something more out of me?
Also here.
Wait.
Wait, he's
Everybody
got
wants
more
to
to
know
his
who I'm
turn.
playing.
Nah.
I'm playing Lester.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Also here, it's Monty Ashley.
Hello, I am playing Melik, the Tiefling Wizard, and it is the middle of his turn.
Also here, it's Eric Ensign.
Hi, I am playing Flessa, the human rogue, who's very small. And I guess today I'm playing Acrid too.
Yes. And some number of alsos. Also here, it's Jason Snell.
Hey, I am playing Peter Dragonforge. You've already heard from the associates. Now here from the human paladin, Bahamut lover, who lives in his parents' basement and is leading this party, sort of, kind of.
There's just something about human paladin Bahamut lover that sounds like it's some kind of Craigslist posting, but we're not going to dwell on that.
I was thinking it was more like a pizza you could get at the local
Okay.
pizza place, the Bahamut lover.
Oh yeah,
pizza.
the Bahamut lover. It comes with, I don't know, like asparagus and
Yeah,
Extra Bahamut. It is
Yeah.
very expensive.
yes.
platinum
Probably
foil.
caviar.
So Melik, I believe we literally interrupted the middle of your turn for me to open a door and have someone poke their head out. Possibly just because it was the end of the episode, but possibly because it was the middle of your turn. How's it going?
Pretty good. I don't have anything else to do except to somehow hope I stop being electrified
Yes. Why don't you do that?
because I rolled a 4.
All right. For the sake of moving things on, Peter, and who is still taking electrical damage? All of you?
All of
Hi.
us. I haven't even
All of-
saved yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Peter, take your 5 electrical damage and try to save.
All right.
Sorry,
Seven-
lightning.
se-
We haven't invented electricity
17.
yet.
I saved.
All right, you saved. Rizwin, take 5 more and then try to save.
Hold on. I can do. I
You can grant somebody a saving throw.
I can do divine metal and give somebody an extra saving throw at +4.
Oh, do that. Pick who you want to do that to, Rizwin or
I'm
Melik.
going to do Melik just because he's a little more fragile.
Thanks. I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 19.
That's
All right,
good
so
leadership.
unfortunately, Rizwin, you did have to take 5 more before you rolled that.
That's
19.
okay, I did that.
But Melik
All
didn't.
right. So you have taken lightning damage. You have 1 unconscious lizard folk to do with as you need, and 2 super dead lizard folk in a pit.
To do with as we
Last up-
need.
Yeah,
Healing words all around.
yeah.
He's not
You
gonna
all
stop you.
parts of the lizard folk. Flessa
Put him
and
in that
Akrid, you
closet.
are far across the pits, while Rizwin, Melik, and Peter stand on the other side. Who am I missing? Weren't there more of you before? Oh, Alestrin is even further back.
Back.
Yeah.
You
And
may have to zoom out a bit to see me.
yeah, you had to zoom out a little bit to see. And kind of in the middle of there's this platform between the pits is where the doors opened and a halfling poked her head out to look at what's going on.
Does Flessa recognize this halfling? I don't
I
know.
don't
I don't
think
know if
so.
Flessa would recognize Enda to start with.
I don't think you do, Flessa.
All right.
I mean, you hang out with the rogue types, so there's a
Sometimes.
chance.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
something
them though.
fine.
Waterdeep is
Fine.
not. Waterdeep is real
Not
up and coming, which is to say, like, there's a lot of works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 15.
It's very
'Cause
affordable.
There were more
Very-
before we got down here.
Yeah.
And I hate that rhyming stuff, so
I have pretty good diplomacy, so I'm going to ask, who are you?
That is diplomatic.
Yes, me too. I have great
I've
diplomacy. So I
I've
also
never even considered the straight up approach like
so-
that. What a
and-
great
and
idea.
And Peter says, "Yeah."
Does either of you want to roll diplomacy or just
I did.
proclaim
I
that,
got an 11.
proclaim that
have
you
to?
have?
I-
It seems
I
pretty
got
clear.
a 23.
He's
Okay, so some yeah, I feel Sarah, I feel like you embodied the 11. But somehow Peter is, yeah, who are you? Really,
No, it's it's almost like the patriarchy where Sarah asked the question, Rizwin asked the question, but behind is the big, tall, strong paladin who just smiles, and they're like, "I want to talk to that guy."
oh, why are we bringing this into Undermountain? So
Humans,
This is
let's hear it for humans.
yeah,
Heroic effort.
yeah. Peter pushes Rizwin the dwarf out of the way and says, "Excuse me, human coming through."
Fantasy hegemony. Yay.
Enda Nates is the name, and this is your lucky day. I am looking to make a deal. How are you all? Nice to meet you.
little shocked, honestly.
Yeah.
Been there. I know what it's like. She kind of turns and you see that kind of like all of the hair on one side of her head is just kind of like
Oh yeah.
standing out.
And
She
Peter
does
says,
look like she is kind of scuffed up. She's got some mud and some blood splashed on her. It looks like it's probably not her blood, but it looks like she's had a day or a couple days.
Hmm.
and Peter says,
Why don't you come over here and we can chat?
"All right."
I would like to take the time to cast healing on anybody who needs it.
is she going to give us 5 minutes to stop everything and
Can we
do
do
that,
that?
though?
Sure.
And somebody needs to lay those boards out so that we can cross the pits.
I was just going to jump back.
Peter needs you to lay the boards out.
Akrid will do that for you.
Okay. Good. Akrid is nice
Wow.
and strong.
So nice to have a helper.
Are you Akrid's boss?
Can I get an intern character too? Is that something I could do?
Think about it. Who's
Steve,
more
do you think you've earned an intern character?
I think Lester needs a valet of some sort.
I can't wait to see how that works out.
Les is going to try to jump back. She makes it.
Who wants a healing word?
And yeah, Akrid will lay out some planks.
Working on it.
I can lay on hands to help people heal too. But I guess we can heal if are we taking a short rest? Is that happening now? Are we?
I guess so.
Explicitly taking a short rest while this is all going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Short
nice to
rest.
meet you. Give me 5 minutes to sit here and heal, and then we'll talk to you.
Enda does not seem to be in any hurry. It looks like
Enda, you say?
Enda, yes, she introduced herself already. Weren't you paying attention?
No, I was not.
Oh, well, accurate, consistent.
Oh, Enda's the person we were looking for.
Yes.
It's my brand promise. Oh, we get an action point too, right?
Enda takes her time. She's filing her nails while you are taking your action point.
And
So, Enda,
and Peter, Peter walks over the thing and
how'd
says,
you end up here?
Oh,
I feel like we're at the end of the adventure.
She's been hearing that since kindergarten.
Hey, if somebody,
Peter
does somebody
says,
have a
Oh, go ahead, Monty.
if somebody has a bit of healing, they could toss me so I can do
Yes.
this in one
Yeah,
healing
I can
thing.
I can lay on
Uh,
hands. In fact, I can
Oh,
lay
great.
on hands and grant you if
hey,
that
he's right there.
if that well no I can't. It won't help your hit points. I think that's
Well,
for
I
Rizwin.
gave you a healing word +1 plus your healing surge.
Oh, great. Thank you.
If anybody needs one, Akrid also
Nice.
can do inspiring word to help if you're going to use a healing surge.
So Enda is just hanging out there. It looks like Fluss said that she was also kind of holed up in a little closet here. She does have two colleagues with her, though one of them seems to be an ex-colleague.
So it's
And the
another
other one-
closet.
Yeah, there's a corpse on the ground, and there's like a dwarf sitting on the ground, rocking back and forth and kind of groaning.
Oh,
Would he like some healing? Do you guys need healing?
Couldn't hurt. Basso has seen some things.
Let's see. Basso gets to take a healing surge and also +5.
All right.
and
He still does not look great. He seems to be kind of like, just moaning and rocking back and forth on the ground. His injuries may be more than physical. It's unclear. He does not look good.
Healing
seems to-
check.
so
Okay, healing check.
29.
You inspect him. He actually seems like he is. He seems, after your healing word and whatnot, not to be kind of visibly bleeding from anywhere. His wounds are mended. He doesn't have any broken bones or anything. But it's almost like he's like ill or something.
so
He seems
Has
to be
daddy
kinda-
issues.
I say
he's-
to Enda, what
He's clutching his belly.
what happened to your guys?
Be careful. If he throws up, he might turn into snakes.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
That's a
Enda says that doesn't make any sense. Are you people okay? I know we've all seen some things out there.
Acrid is tying up Lefty over down here. Just to get that
I'm
done.
going to do what I
So,
can to
I
make
see
the other
you
guy
have,
comfortable.
You've also you've been acquainted with the locals.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
They're not nice.
this is going to seem strange, Peter says, turning on the charm, but we actually are down here looking for you.
Oh, so you're looking to sign on with Enda Yates, recovery experts.
No.
Well, I just so happens we have a lot of openings, and I run the kind of organization where you work hard, you will get paid, and you will do well.
Well, we
And
were,
this is your lucky day.
we were
How
really
much
Actually,
more,
we're process servers.
How
were
much
really
did you
more-
pay the Persians that you made test out the traps?
we were more
I
concerned.
don't know what you're talking about, friend.
We were more concerned about. We're trying to find Rutherford Ermbrusk, and we heard you were part of that party, and we're trying to get information because his family has paid us to look for him and bring him back or find his fate.
Oh, yeah, I know that name.
Well,
Can-
when was the last time you saw him? What was the last you know of Rutherford?
Oh, I know all about him. It's been a while back, but my mind is pretty sharp. I think I know where he ended up, but
Where he
information.
ended up?
I did not say that.
Can I interject and
Yeah. Please, she says.
can somebody tie up left shocker over there just so that
Akron already
Great.
did it.
just checking.
All right, Akron has tied up that guy. The dwarf in the corner continues to rock back and forth,
What?
clutching his belly.
What happened to
Um,
him? What's wrong with him?
I would be pleased to give you that information. It so happens that I think I have a monopoly on that information. I don't think anybody else knows what I know, and I think that's worth something.
What do you
Telling
think
us
it's
what
worth?
happened to your companion?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Information has a price, friend.
Is it?
What
it
is
worth
that
us-
price?
Is it worth us saving your butt when your friend explodes into a giant pile of snakes?
Well, she decides to step out of the closet and close the door for now. Is anyone going to stay in the closet with the dwarf?
Nope.
I mean, I am technically next to the dwarf because I'm healing him.
Well, she's going to close the closet, so it's up to you whether to stay in the.
I block
closet.
the door from closing.
Oh, okay. Let me undo that change to the map. Look, I'm ready to get out of here as soon as you are. Here's the deal. I need some help. I have had a lot of openings in my organization, but we are this close to a big payday. We are just around the corner from a room. I've seen it before on my previous adventures. There's two statues. One of those statues, huge ruby eyes. I could not even guess how much they are worth. They are so big. And I think for some information, a little assistance would be appreciated. Maybe you could accompany me there. There can't be more than a dozen lizard folk left in this temple. I think that would be worth something to me, and I think what I know is worth something to you.
Did you get this idea for this job from a book cover?
Huh?
I've never read a book, so I don't know what you're insinuating.
So, You still haven't
Monty is
mentioned what
currently
happened
looking
with
for
Ren.
his
Monty's
classic
got that
Dungeon
book
Master
behind
guide.
him.
Right there. I just can't reach it.
I don't know what's on the classic Dungeon Master guide.
Third
I'm
from the
unfamiliar with
left,
it.
right there.
It's a
Is
big
there a-
statue with a thief
Ruby
coming
eyes?
down to it and big ruby eyes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really? Wow. That's great.
there goes
No,
Monty.
I,
He's gonna bring it back.
this is worth
It
it.
turns out that's the player's handbook. This is the Dungeon Master's guide.
Oh, it's,
Okay.
it's in the player's handbook. All right.
All right.
So are you going to tell us what happened to your friend?
Tabasso over there? I do not know. Things have been tricky.
Tricky.
So probably, I don't know, probably caught something in swamp water.
Uh-oh.
How long has he been like this?
I don't know, about a day.
And he's been sitting here for a day, which means you've been sitting here for a day.
Yeah, probably about that.
So you got holed up by the lizard folk that we saved you from.
Yeah. Well, I can't help but noticing they are all dead. I figured that would
Yeah.
happen one way or another.
Yeah. So it seems.
I
like
mean,
you owe
they
us,
were
actually.
here. You know, they were gonna wander off on their own eventually. These doors are real good. She knocks on the door.
Mm-hmm.
How much food did you have with you? Like, because that sounds really cool if you have enough food to just sit here and wait for guys to wander off.
Well, it's been a day, so yeah, I am pretty hungry. But you know, we make do.
I'm gonna look at the dead person.
Yes, I see it in the corner.
Rutherford Rusk.
Natural 20. What did this person die of?
He seems to have this human knee breaker seems to have had his knees broken. Ironically, looks like he has been clubbed several times by a lizard.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm.
This is it.
Mm.
This is the thrilling dialogue people tune in for.
Excuse us for a moment, Enda. We need to confer among ourselves.
Yeah, go for it. She decides since Rizwin is not letting her close the closet that she'll chat with Basso. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
Gotta hold
yeah.
it together.
I'm not going to confer because I don't ever understand what people are talking.
These guys are going to be our ticket out of here. You'll see. Hold it together. You'll get a payday from this. You'll finally get that. I forget what you wanted, like a pony or something. It's going to be okay.
Flessa, you want to warn your friend Rizwin about what you saw with your with the snake
Yeah.
person again?
Sure. Oh, I mean, I've
Since
said it a couple of
since
times.
the other adventurers haven't listened to that podcast.
Hmm.
Actually, Acrid would probably be the one that would be much more likely.
God, you make Akron do everything.
Yep. It wouldn't be
Plessa
fair.
just has a seat and
Yeah. All right, Erica. Let's hear your best
Rizwin.
Acrid voice. Go for it.
Okay. There was a dark elf woman, and she acted sick, vomited many times, and then exploded into a giant pile of snakes. We killed her, or the snakes, which were probably her.
Is there any vomit around this other guy?
Basso the dwarf promptly vomits.
Oh.
Right. I'm gonna back up.
Is it his?
His vomit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have the chain of evidence there to suggest that it's his vomit.
Well, not necessarily. He might have been holding somebody else's vomit.
the
Ew.
provenance is very clear.
Yeah. He does not have like a crop like a bird,
You
Steve.
can't
He's a
really
dwarf.
dust for vomit, but
Yeah.
probably is.
Flessa pipes up and says, "Yeah, she puked a lot, and then when the puke started to wriggle, that's when she turned into snakes."
Is the puke wriggling?
It seems like it's in a pre-wriggling stage. Why are we playing this game?
somebody who is magically inclined could perhaps perceive what is going on with this person and whether this is a magical state that we could maybe correct, or whether they are I don't know. Malik, you want to take a look at this guy and see if there's something weird
sure.
magical happening here?
I will give it a look with my vast arcana skills and my wizard eyes. While I do that, are we going to go with this Enda or what? Have we thought about that? All right, arcana 24.
There does not seem to be anything arcane about his pre-existing medical condition.
I think this is just somebody who's suffered, I'm going to say, internal bleeding and maybe some light trauma to the brain.
All right.
I mean, I rolled
So
a natural
I've come
20,
up to
probably.
join the folk over here on the walkway, and I would like to suggest to our team quietly that maybe we should put in for one of the eyes if we're going to be helping out here.
Oh yeah, that sounds good to me.
Do we want to interrogate Lefty? We want to wake him up and see what he knows about
Do we
this.
have
Since
any-
we went to all that trouble.
What questions do we have for him?
What's going on around here? Where is
Where
everything?
are these statues?
That's
Where's
not bad.
Rutherford and Rusk?
Are there?
We
are
have somebody who knows where Rutherford and Rusk is.
Bom.
I want to emphasize, Enda is our quest goal.
Yes.
I don't want to get too off track here.
But if
That's
she's only
that's
gonna tell
wizard
us-
talk.
If she's only going to tell us what she knows, if we help her with the statues, it wouldn't hurt to find out
Yeah.
about that room as much as we can.
All right, that's true.
You are free to do whatever you
All right.
want. This is an adventure we tell together, but sometimes things that you do are dumb.
Well,
Go.
let's Peter's gonna go
Sometimes.
wake up Lefty and see if he has any information about this the statues or the
All right. Lefty hisses at you.
and what else is going on here. I can intimidate him.
You could intimidate. You could also
Does
charm
any-
him. I don't know what you want to do.
Like diplomacy's probably out the window at this point with that guy.
Um,
Riz-
Does anybody speak lizard folk?
Well, we'll see
Well,
if we
most
have a
of the
common
lizard
language.
folk we've met have spoken common. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that they seem to be fluent in both common and I think the lizard folk language. I think I probably was not consistent about this. I think they actually speak Draconic, which
Oh, okay.
Hagrid would be fluent
I
in.
rolled
19,
I rolled a 24 on my charm.
and I have 19 intimidate.
Oh, so you're playing? It's Rizwin and
Good
Peter.
cop, bad cop.
Bad
Bad
cop.
cop. Left.
Good combat.
Awesome. Go get him, guys.
All right, Rizwin or Peter, who wants to go first in Good Cop, Bad Cop?
Well,
I don't know what the Good Cop, Bad Cop protocols are when you're
So-
talking to a tied up lizard folk.
And
Well,
bad-
you will now
bad cop
see
always
a
wins.
perfect
Rizwin's gonna go
example of
first.
it.
Yes.
if you don't want to get dumped into a pit, you should tell us everything we want to know.
That's charm.
That was good cop. Let's hear bad cop.
Tell us where the statues are.
And scene. Good job, everybody.
You'll get nothing from me. I
All
am
right.
loyal to my chieftain. My
Throw me
life
a pit.
already forfeit.
We got this this closet full of corpses. Would you like us to put you on them?
No, not the corpses.
Well then, tell us
Would
what's
you
going
like
on
to
around
tell
here
us?
and
Yeah.
what's the deal with the statues.
I don't really know. They worship them. The
Who
shamans.
worships them? Shamans. How many?
Are they lizard people shamans or is somebody else worshiping them?
We just call ourselves people.
People? All right, your people.
Yes.
Wait, that wasn't a yes/no question.
Your people
No.
were your
This is
people
our
shamans.
temple. This is our people. You are intruders and you are confusing.
That's us.
That's about right.
Sums it up.
Which of those two things do you find most off-putting?
Which cop is this?
Yeah.
It's a good cop, bad cop, handsome cop. Is that what's
Handsome
happening
cop.
now?
No, I'm pretty sure that's not me.
Finally, handsome cop.
Hello.
Yeah, Lefty's like, oh,
Handsome cop.
oh,
Tuesdays
I
on
like
USA.
you. I'll tell you everything.
Characters welcome.
And do you have any questions you want to ask this guy?
Oh God! Do not trick me into having a conversation with myself. I see what you're doing there, Sarah. And I said, "Nah, I know what I'm doing. I got this place pretty figured out. I've been here before. Weren't as many lizard folk, but I know what's going on. I notice you probably need a way back to the surface after the whole rockfall, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
So
We
what
did-
if I were? Not only do I know where the last place your friend Rutherford Ernbrusk was seen, pretty sure I got a lead on a way out of this whole situation here.
throw in one of the rubies and you got a deal?
Roll diplomacy.
There's
Okay.
only one of you, Flessa says, and there's
17?
starts counting her fingers. There's less.
17. She seems to kind of hem and haw, and it says like, well, I would, but I got to think about my team. Basso explodes into a pile of snakes.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
God.
And Enda closes the door. One ruby it is.
There we go.
Great. I think that sounds good for everybody.
All right.
All right, and I
Let's
am not
go.
making you fight another snake swarm. So,
All right.
So we say good luck to Lefty.
I would like to ask. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind.
no, what do you want?
Well, I was going to ask him if there's anything we could do about this guy. It's about to turn into a pile of snakes. But maybe for the future, it's still
You
useful.
know what? It turns out there's an order to questions that may be important.
Do you know what just happened to that guy?
He's infected or was infected.
How do
Now he has been chosen for a greater purpose.
how do they get infected?
You have to know what water to drink from.
Okay.
Which is the bad water?
Also, change your socks regularly down here. It's very moist.
This guy's being really helpful now.
I really don't want to be put in that corpse closet.
Would you prefer the pit?
I was really hoping you would just walk away and leave me tied up here.
Okay.
I
Let's do
gotta
that.
say, I don't see a reason to kill him at this point.
No.
Eh.
I don't either, he says.
Hey, we know of this great sandwich shop. You might be able to find work up there.
Oh, yes. If you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to just tuck a coupon under my chin here.
Sweet.
Absolutely. Here's
We
a
do that.
flyer. Try the sandwiches. They're great.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the place?
It's
Smurgles.
Smurgles Sandwich
Smurgles.
Shop. It's run by a bugbear, but there are a lot of kobolds on staff, and I think they would take a lizard person too.
You
can
think they're
trade
hiring?
stories with the 3 other people we've let live.
Well, they're always hiring.
They've been
The only 3
look,
people.
I gotta say, I don't love this place. It's there, we used to have like a nice peaceful tribe, but the new leadership, he made a deal with this like demon dragon, and it's just things have not gone well for the last couple months. And there's a
I
portal.
Don't
and
like that phrase construction. Demon dragon?
I don't like it either,
And there's
friend.
a portal?
Oh yes, connects us to the Great Swamp. It's supposed to be good for our skin, also.
Explains why everything's so swampy down here.
Indeed.
Is there good water and bad water in the swamp?
All of the water in the Great Swamp is, well, I mean, our people find it pleasing, but I think it is not safe for you.
I turn around a chair and sit on it backwards.
Yep.
Turn your hat around while you're at it.
Yeah, it's wizard hat. Turn your wizard hat backward.
Say, now that we're rapping and we're good pals,
Yes, let us get real.
is there anything you can tell this halfling who's definitely not listening wants us to go to these statues? Anything you could tell us about these statues?
Yes, I really appreciate that you are sparing my life. And again, I do not care for some of these people. I would rather seek better jobs. Also, I hear that you are from the surface.
Yes.
Our boss says that there is no surface, that each layer is simply a sewer beneath the previous one. Tell me,
That
is
checks out.
your land a sewer to someone else?
I mean, the gods, I guess, but that's more metaphysical. Like, there's definitely no actual effluvia.
Oh, well, I'll have to
Ima-
think on that one.
Imagine
But
a
yes,
level of the sewer where there was no ceiling.
It does not comprehend, friend, but thank
I
you.
know.
I will
Really
have
say
to.
it does not compute.
Once you've stood on the surface and eaten
That is
a
a
sandwich,
way
you
Homer,
will
I think.
understand. Yeah.
Yes, you were asking about the statues.
yeah.
He's at this point also like he's been kind of wriggling, and some of his bonds are kind of not really like they're still kind of draped around him, but he's kind of sitting cross-legged and he's got his arms crossed.
I'd be sure to
got
kick
his hand on his chin.
I'd be sure to kick all the shocker staffs are kicked down into the pit, by the way.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
shouldn't we hang on to one of those? They might be useful.
Too late.
Yeah.
Um,
We can climb down and get him.
I'd be sure to kick all that special magical loot into the pit.
So what's your name?
I need a lizard folk name.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it was Lefty?
I thought we called him Lefty.
Your name's
on.
Lefty now.
You've been given a new name, a
Lefty
surface
the Lizard
name.
Man, yeah.
I'm relatable cop. Actually, I'm not a cop at all. I'm like the negotiator, not a cop that's with the cops.
Yeah.
So yes, my name is Luzasquak, but you could call me Lefty. It might be easier for your.
No, I prefer this is quack.
It's nice to meet you, Lizard
Lefty?
Squawk. I am Melik.
Hi, Lefty. I'm Flessa.
Rizwin.
I'm Enda. I don't really understand where we're going with all this.
Just if you could tell us about the statues, like cursed, or like don't use certain words near them, or they are not statues, they are secretly going
Mimics.
to kill you, that sort of thing.
Traps.
I'm unfamiliar with any of these things about them. There are 2 statues. One of them has ruby eyes. The other one doesn't.
All right.
Hmm.
Thanks.
There are 2 eyes that are rubies on the one that has the eyes.
Great.
Statue
Yeah.
with no eyes?
Have you ever seen it move on its own?
No.
Well, follow us, and you
Would you
probably
like
will.
to?
Yeah.
It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Oh! This will be helpful. I should mention the chamber, the statues where the statues are. I shouldn't tell you this, but you have been so kind. It is also, well, it is the dwelling lair of our tribe's champion. I shouldn't say anymore. I have said so much already. I really appreciate you sparing my life and the job offer. Can I use your names when I inquire at Melix?
Yes, you should.
Yes.
And
And
so-
here-
Oh, sorry,
it's
not Melix.
Smurgles.
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 And here's
Sorry,
another
so many names. You are Peter, and you are
Didn't introduce myself, but yes.
Rizwin, and you were Enda. I remember that. We have been trying to kill you for about a day. Enda kind of glares at him. Yes. So many names.
And here's an extra coupon for a sandwich.
He takes it and puts it in his pocket.
Okay. And who's your champion?
He's just called the champion. I mean, he has a name in lizard folk, but it wouldn't really mean anything to you.
And is he a lizard folk?
Oh no, he is. I'm not sure if it translates exactly to crocodile or alligator in your language, but he is a large beast.
Is he very large?
Oh yes,
Okay.
How large is he?
very large.
Enda, did you know about this big crocodile champion?
This is news to me, but nothing you folks can't handle. And I will be proud to direct you where to go from the back.
That's not.
I
gonna-
mentioned that I was going to tell you how to get out of here, didn't I?
Yeah, but being in the back is a thing that we already fight over it, so there's just really no more.
Hey, I'll help out. I'm a rogue. I am quite deadly. She does some little hand juggling thing with some daggers.
She juggles hands? That is deadly.
Can I snag one of the daggers out of the air as she's doing this?
Roll a contested acrobatics check. She is going to roll acrobatics. You are going to roll acrobatics. Let's see what happens. What'd you get? This is
20.
Carry the 5.
totally worth it. Totally worth it. 25? You snatch it. Say, hey, give that back. That's mine.
Yeah, well, you were just showing off, and I felt like that was a little bit rude. So I will
Look,
get
I'm
your
sorry.
dagger.
I just spent like the last day of my life in a closet with a corpse and a pre-corpse. It's,
Speaking of which, is she still in the closet?
No,
the closet is firmly closed, though there is the sound of hissing coming from the door.
I just don't see her character on the map.
Hey,
I may
Lefty.
have accidentally covered her with snakes.
Snakes. Hey, Lefty. Before we go, where'd all these bodies come from?
I think they're with your new friend there. You notice that Enda is rifling through their pockets. Oh yeah, these are my former employees. Like I said, lots of openings today.
Wow.
Yeah, but you guys are way better. These guys were real scum. Just bottom of the barrel. The worst Waterdeep had to offer. Practically doing them a favor, getting them off the streets, bringing them down here. Give them a shot. They had a chance. They could have proved their worth, and they were found wanting. So, not like you guys.
Want.
I assume you've already stripped the bodies.
Yep, as she strips the bodies. I like the way you think, friend.
Peter walks over to Enda and says, "Listen, Enda, you've obviously had a bad time down here and lost most of your people. I know you really want to get those rubies, but maybe the best thing is for us to work together to get you out of here, and then you can tell us where Rutherford is, and you can come up with a new group of people. Maybe that would be better than you and a random group of adventurers trying to pull off this heist. What do you think?"
Well, I appreciate the kind advice that I did not solicit.
That's a 26 diplomacy.
I appreciate your words, but here's the thing. You and I both know when we get back up to the surface, my reputation doesn't exactly look so great if I don't return with one or more rubies. I brought like 35 guys down here. And as far as I can tell, they're basically all dead. That doesn't look good on me. It's basically either a one-way ticket or a return ticket with a ruby is the way I'm thinking.
Tell
that
you
makes
what.
sense to you?
Tell you what. You know the way out. We
I
need
do know
the way out.
I 80% confidence know the way out.
All right. My concern is about if this goes south and we lose track of you we're not going to know your information about Rutherford. So how about you tell us your information now? We agree to help you with the heist, and then in exchange at the end, you help lead us out. Would that work for you?
Spell this out for me again. So
tell us Rutherford's information now, and then we'll help you, and then you'll lead us out. And so you give a little, we give a little, and then you give a little at the end.
All right. And how many rubies is this in exchange for?
1.
1 ruby. All right. So here's the deal. Let me just make sure I got this correct. Again, it's been a day. As soon as we sign on this deal here, we're gonna have to do the thieves' camp thing. Sorry, I know it's annoying, but it's part of business. I'm gonna tell you what I know about Rutherford. You're gonna show me. You're gonna help me with the heist. I'm gonna help you get out, and we're clear. We split the rubies, 50-50.
And you can take credit for being successful.
All right. She spits on both her hands and then kind of rubs them on her greasy, blood-stained jacket and holds one out and says, "On my honor as a thief, I make this deal to find the rubies that we will steal and to provide you a way out with all my powers as a scout."
I throw her in the pit.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
This was not.
I always get the order of things wrong.
All right.
What about Rutherford?
I
I didn't hear that in your rhyme.
Yeah.
What about Rutherford?
I didn't have that
in your
prepped in the rhyme, okay, people?
There's lots of things you can rhyme with first.
I'll tell you what I know, and then we can go.
All right. I shake her hand.
Only need one.
All right, Peter, you have to say one rhyming thing because otherwise it's not an official thieves' can't business transaction. Sorry. Yeah, Plusa knows this.
I'll take you at your word. To not do so would be absurd. We will help you with this heist, and you promise to be nice.
I'll allow it.
Also, don't be a turd.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any thieves' can't they want to add here?
I have a question about the people you were with. They were so bad they could have been the Sith. We were told they were the best thieves in all of the city. Now that they're all dead, is a life of crime real bad?
You the fool I pity.
So yeah, I mean, some of the people had to hire.
And
Look,
so do.
you have to fill in a group. You don't always get to. You don't get to. You go to adventure with the adventures you have, not the adventures you want. I always say. So all right, deal's a deal. Let me tell you about Rutherford. So what do you know already? I'll fill in the missing details.
Most of the time, we remember his name.
We tell her
We
all
know
the
you
things
came
we know.
down here with various peoples.
So
looking for
you know about Czar, and you know how we got split up. Czar and Azel, they went off on their own. That was when things looked kind of real bad, and we detoured through the tombs, and we got split up more there. So, and then here's what you probably remember. The last any of the other adventurers saw that were still with Rutherford, we were camped out by this sigil, and I think you know the location of the sigil from the previous adventure. I think.
Right, I think that's right.
Diane's
By the
thing?
tombs, yeah.
Yep. You've got it marked on a map, right? You pull this map out and show. Yeah. We were camped out there for like a week. Rutherford, he was obsessed with this thing. He said it was talking to him. So we spent like a week there, and I will tell you, it's, first pretty dull. Nothing really happened. People got bored. Some people wandered off, came back, a day later. But I stayed there the whole time. And Rutherford, he was obsessed with this thing. He did not sleep. He just kept staring at it and trying to talk to it sometimes. And he said it was like I was talking to him and he was talking back. Real weird stuff. I think we can all agree. Probably
I agree.
something bad happened to that kid. Seemed like a nice guy, came from a good family, but money can't buy you sanity. That's what I always say. So here's what happened. I was awake one night. I think it was night. Things get a little mixed up when you're in Undermountain for more than a week. And I heard him talking to the sigil. And specifically, he started trying talking in Elven. And he spoke to the sigil a command word.
I speak Elven.
I believe that the sigil opened up and he walked into it. And she repeats some words in Elven to you, Alestrin. Alestrin, it is the Elven words for "show me sanctuary."
Interesting.
So somehow he knew that was the way to activate some portal. Who knows how long that's been there? Who knows what that has to do with anything? But yeah, that's the last he was seen. I was the only one still awake when that happened. So yeah, good luck finding that kid. Probably super dead, but you'll probably find something useful to identify his remains, right? Right.
Sounds good.
So
Sounds
we
like
know-
what we got to do is find sanctuary.
So this
I think it
sigil,
was
we know where that
Showing
is.
Sanctuary.
Run,
I
runner.
believe you had previously from your last adventure. There was that you had been given information from the guy. Squam was melded into a suit of armor that was draining his life. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
The man in the ding dong. The filling in
Yep.
the ding dong. Yep.
He had given you the location, so you have that marked on a map.
Yep.
So you had the location, and now you know what happened there. And you can
Now I know
probably,
the magic words.
if you can get out of this horrible lizard temple, you could go act upon that.
All right. Let's go do the thing. Let's steal some jewels.
Great.
Let's-
That sounds fun.
Steal some jewels.
Sure.
Is Lefty free to wander off?
Yeah, let's let him go.
I'm
Yeah.
No offense, but if we met in Waterdeep,
Go to the
that wouldn't be
surface.
bad. But I don't really want to meet you in Undermountain again.
No, that's fine. We'll see you
That's-
at the sandwich
We'll see
shop.
you at it's
Likewise.
Murgles.
Listen,
All right.
if you do see us, yell out the name Lefty right away so we know it's you.
Thanks. Lefty wanders off.
All right.
Bye.
I'm gonna miss him.
I'm not. Hey, can we reach any of these staffs that we knocked down into the pit?
No.
I've got rope.
We got rope. Yeah. Come
I
on,
can
man.
climb down.
They're only 15 feet down.
Oh, hang on. I got
wizard.
this.
That's
I'm a
all right.
wizard.
What are these
I-
staffs, Tony?
These are lizard folk shock staves.
I use Mage Hand to pick one up out of the pit and bring it up to the surface.
Okay. So they are not necessarily magical items so much as items that were used as implements by these lizard folk wizards who seem to be trained in various lightning-based magic.
Oh.
So
So
there's
it's a
not-
stick.
Well, I mean,
It's an arcane stick,
Yeah,
much like
it's a
my
stick.
orb, which have I
There-
told you about how great my orb is?
yeah, it is a stick capable of harnessing the forces of
Thousands of
lightning
times.
and
All right.
blood and life and birds and the wind itself,
So
Stephen.
it's not a laser beam then.
Nah, it's a magic stick.
No,
All
it's a
right.
stick.
We
It's
got
a
plenty
stick.
of these upstairs.
Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of
All
here.
right. Enda points the way to the east.
I am keeping this stick, though.
Are you going to name it Mr. Sticky Buddy?
Not now.
Oh,
That would seem derivative.
Let me just make sure I've got Enda's stat block here. I do.
And do you know what's to the west?
I suspect there is more lizard folk. You looking for more trouble?
No.
All right. Let us go to the east then.
Although that lefty guy seemed kind of nice in the end.
Yeah, but that was only after you almost killed him.
well, we can do that again.
We could almost kill a whole bunch of other people. We do it all the time. Actually, no, we don't do it all the time. We usually fully kill people.
Well, we almost killed them, and then we do kill them. So
Usually the last person in the room we're okay with.
Sometimes.
You know, I appreciate the way you guys do business. Anyway, rubies await.
Okay.
Sure, let's go do this.
Does anybody want any healing before we enter the door?
I'm good.
I'm gonna.
Akrid can also heal if necessary.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm only 5 down, so I'm gonna stay like this.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So Enda goes up to the door. She is a well-trained rogue, so she listens at the door. She feels around on the hinges. She checks it for traps, and then she picks the lock, and the big iron doors swing open.
I applaud politely.
Shh. We're in enemy territory. Get ready. And she leads the way down a hallway that kind of angles to the northeast. I guess Enda's leading the way and you all are following.
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
about right.
All right.
I'm investigating this mushroom over here.
All right.
Just because why not?
Yeah. Roll nature.
24.
It's a very large mushroom to be just growing in the dungeon. You suspect that the damp air is just it's natural, but it is unusually moist and a huge mushroom to just be growing there.
This is liquid. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay away from this.
Yeah, I mean, the mushroom itself is not bad. It does not have spores. It's not poisonous. If you wanted, it could be edible, but it would not taste very good.
I bet the water it uses turns me into snakes.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm gonna keep going.
All right. So at the end of this kind of angled hallway, there's kind of a metal gate, and Enda kind of has you all kind of cluster behind her, and she whispers quietly to you, "Okay, I've been this way before. It was a while back, so I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the chieftain's quarters, which is going to be near the statues. So we got to be real quiet. We gotta be careful. There's kind of a plaza ahead.
Wow.
T intersection. So get ready. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get this gate open, and then we rush them. Sound good?
Well, who explained this chieftain?
I can be very quiet.
The
Well, he's the-
giant crocodile or something.
No. That's the champion.
Oh.
Gotta pay attention with those lizards.
champion.
See, I was paying attention to Lefty. There's also a chieftain. So biggest
Can we-
lizard folk you've ever seen. We're not gonna mess with him, and unless maybe we should mess with him. We could teach him a lesson. Kill 30 of my guys. I kill him. Maybe.
The
That would,
chieftain is the one involved with the demon dragon?
That's what Lefty was saying.
Are
Super.
they in separate rooms?
I believe so.
Maybe we
They're
should.
not
take
getting
out-
along right now.
Well, they're adjoining rooms.
We could take out one before, so the other can't join.
Let me tell you, my priority is the rubies, and
Yeah.
that means we gotta cut a path between the champion and the rubies to get those rubies, because I want those rubies.
I'll tell you right now, this group is not very sneaky.
Hmm.
I'm not
Well,
very sneaky.
I resent
sure.
that.
I'm gonna open this.
Except for him.
Well, everyone
I-
thinks you're a rogue.
That's right.
You just have those. You have roguish good looks, friend.
Thank you.
So, I mean, here's what I'm offering.
That's a horrible lie.
We get this gate open, and we go in there, and we deal with whoever is in that chamber. There's kind of like a plaza, maybe a foyer or a foyer or a vestibule, if you will.
I will.
Mhm.
And
won't.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the room with the statues, straight shot, keep going north. Don't stop till Ruby Town. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I like Ruby Town.
All right, let's mess some people up.
I
All
prefer
right,
Python personally.
nerd.
Peter is torn.
So-
Peter is
Dang.
torn between having promised this for a greater good and also crime. So
I mean, is this more crime than just the nature of adventuring in general?
probably not.
We're
Okay.
gonna be we are gonna be like desecrating a temple or something.
You are already well into the temple desecration phase, just so we're clear.
But
Just
it's the
reminding
temple
our
of people
paladin.
we don't like who tried to attack us. So
Yeah.
it's,
Technically breaking and entering and murder and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so many murders.
They shot
So-
at me first.
A lot
Yeah.
of self-defense.
Yeah. Enda sneaks up to this gate here,
Forced self-defense.
repeatedly
I'm,
forced self-defense.
I'm just saying. So I'll just point this out. Peter shook her hand. Other people who are maybe more morally flexible could realize that having extracted the information about Rutherford, we could also like knock out Enda and try to get out ourselves.
She knows the way out. Though,
I know she
right?
does. That's her deal. So I'm just saying that Peter shook her hand, so Peter's going along.
I will murmur to the rest of the group while Enda is looking at the door or something. I do still have a teleport ring that can get one of us out of here immediately.
Or possibly her.
I think
mean-
I think the person using the ring has to be like willing to do that.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
I don't want to go anywhere by
Adventure.
myself.
Shiny.
Yeah,
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
sticking by Peter.
I do kind of want a giant ruby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I got
All right.
I got nothing else going
It's
on.
gonna look
right
great
now,
on the
so-
wall in my dad's basement.
Yeah. So there's a metal gate here, so you can kind of see ahead of it. And in fact, I'll just reveal a little bit more. It's kind of dark beyond, but you can see some lizard folk shapes kind of shuffling around in the darkness ahead. So, you may not have complete vision on some of the stuff, but I'm revealing what you can see here. It looks like there's a pool and some kind of crude statue and some lizard folk wandering around in the kind of murky shadows beyond. This area of the temple seems to have some structural issues. There's some places where like columns have collapsed and there's like a hole in the floor. And Enda does a quick thievery check, and she gets the gate open. So the gate is ajar, and she is ready for you to rush into the next room. She gives you kind of a hand signal, 3, 2, 1, and then does like
Wait a minute. Are we going on 0 or on 1?
Alestian takes a -2 penalty to his initiative.
I'm waiting for Enda's lead.
All right, why don't you all roll initiative?
All right.
24. Woo. Natural 20.
I will take that -2. But it's still 17. Oh, wait a minute. It's more than that. It's
Don't
actually
forget
23.
Don't forget the +2 for Macrid.
Oh,
Oh.
then it's a 25.
I did forget that.
Does Enda get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that she does. There we go.
Peter showing his amazing speed and athletics.
All right.
That's our Peter.
Does everyone have their initiative in?
Peace.
Yeah, man.
Got mine and Acrid's.
All right.
Tied.
Enda and Flessa tied. Flessa, roll off.
All right. What am I just?
Enda got a 16.
Is this just a straight D20?
Yeah, just do a straight D20.
I rolled a 20.
All right, you get to go first.
Of course, Flessa doesn't like going first.
So just to set the stage, you can kind of see through the, it's not very well lit, but there's kind of a passageway beyond this metal gate. You see a big gaping hole in the ground to your right, so don't fall in that. And you see some kind of big lizard folk kind of with shields and clubs kind of hanging out around there. It looks like there's some kind of crude pool built into the floor of the hallway beyond, and in the middle of that pool is a kind of a weird stone and mud statue of a large lizard folk. They're just kind of milling around in there. So right now you would have combat advantage on them.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I wasn't told to kill anybody. The last thing Flessa heard was Enda said we just gotta keep going until Ruby Town. I believe those are the words. So what
Words to live by.
What Flessa's gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4.
Gotta move on.
So that's a move. And then she's just gonna tumble. 1, 2.
Old references lost on younger viewers.
Won't you take me to
Ruby Town.
Flessa tumbles through
Ruby Town.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
I was going to go with kill a lizard, but that works.
So you just tumbled past all the lizards?
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. What path did you take to get to that spot? Because I noticed a lot of rubble and
Okay.
pool in between you and where you ended up.
Okay, so the plan, and you can tell me if this is legit or not, was to basically go straight up to that point, tumble around. Well, actually, can I tumble through his square?
I don't believe you can, unless it says specifically that you could move through. enemy
Dodge
square.
and tumble past your foes with such speed and precision that they are unable to react.
But I don't think you can move through their squares. Usually
Okay.
you'd have to be like doing something magical to phase through people.
All right, then in that case, can I go around? Can I tumble around this corner? Oh, that's difficult terrain. Never mind.
I'd say no.
You know
Right,
what you
but-
can tumble through is a square with a corpse in it.
That is true. So yeah, I would. There.
My floor routine is horrifying.
I don't trust pools, so I'm going to roll an
But well padded.
check to see if I can just tumble right over it. Like just
All right.
nope. Wait, how many do I have to get? It's less this time because this is only 2 squares.
I think 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, then no problem.
Okay, so you run into the room and then do like kind of like basically turn into like Sonic the Hedgehog and roll/spin/jump over the pool of water in a tumble and land on the other side.
Yep.
I will tell you now that you have moved further into the room, Flessa, you can see a lot more. Other people can't see this yet, but you can see there appears to be a large turtle over to the right side of this room
Sure.
with a lizard folk standing on its back. It also looks like there is a door on the eastern end of this kind of T-shaped chamber.
And
So
there's
you
nothing
did
else.
2 moves to get there, Flessa?
Yes, I did.
Do you want to do an action point or anything?
Nope.
All right. Enda is next. What will Enda do?
And I do point and yell, turtle.
You hear Flessa yell turtle. Presumably there is a regular-sized turtle somewhere up above. Enda moves
You
into
might
the...
have just thought of a turtle.
Yes.
She gives thanks to live in a world where turtles exist.
I will tell you that, Enda, despite all of her failings, is a natural leader. She has an aura 2. Allies in that aura gain a +2 power bonus to saving throws. That's good to know.
Or a 2, so only 2 squares away.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she moves into the room and throws a dagger at the head of the nearest lizard folk brawler there. She got a 19, which is enough to hit. If somebody else wants to roll Enda, that's fine, but I'm going to roll damage for her for now. Certainly she would be happy to follow directions in combat. She is going to do... she's going to do 10 damage to that brawler. Alestrin, you're next, followed by Rizwin.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, I'm just going to pass through my group of cohorts here. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Till I can see the brawler that Enda just took a shot at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send 2 arrows his way. First, I'm going to make him my quarry. Then I'm going to send 2 arrows his way. That is a 17 versus AC.
That will not... Oh, nope. That will hit. That is his AC.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that will do 12 damage
All right.
with the quarry damage. in
He
case
growls back at you.
those of you listening at home were wondering.
Yes. I'm sure they were.
And second arrow, same guy. 19 versus AC, 11 damage.
Wow. Not great for this one brawler.
Nope. Still not bloodied?
No.
Oh, well, that means these guys are fairly tough.
They are. They've got the word brawl in their name, so...
Right. Well, I'm going to call it a day for my turn here. So,
All right. Rizwin.
Yes. Let's see. I'm going to move forward to here. And then I'm going to, what is my I'm going to sacred word that.
Sacred Flame?
Sacred Flame. There we go. That's what I want.
Okay.
Sacred Flame. 1d, let's see. 1d20 plus 7 against reflex. 17 versus reflex.
That's plenty. That nails his reflex. He is kind of big and lumbering and not very quick on feet.
And damage is 1d6 plus 4. So 7 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast, yes, I'm going to cast Favor of the Gods on Flessa. So Flessa, you can re-roll things.
Hurrah.
Melik.
Yes, I will move 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. And targeting right here, this square, I am going to cast Sleep. Sleep!
On all of my guys?
Well, burst 2, so all those guys over there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The close guy, that doesn't hit.
Yeah.
But those 3 over there, it does.
Technically 4.
Oh, right. And the turtle. I forgot about the turtle.
Please don't forget about my giant turtle.
All right, so that's
show off.
this will be versus Will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a daily, so stuff happens even if I miss. But just
I
going,
will tell you that conveniently, I did not plan this, but all of those creatures have the same will.
all right. Am I making just one roll or separate for each of them?
Separate for each of them. So
All right,
there's
that's-
2 brawlers, a rider, and a turtle.
That's the first brawler who's up on top, then the one next to the pool, 25,
Mm-hmm.
then the rider, 14, and the turtle, 13.
The only creature that does not fall asleep, I assume that's what sleep does,
Yes.
is the turtle. The giant turtle is fine. The
Uh,
3 other lizard folk are affected by sleep. Tell me what sleep does.
hit, the target is slowed, save
Mhm.
ends. On first failed saving throw, they go unconscious.
Oh, okay. I was like, shouldn't that spell be called slow then?
Nope. Right now they are slow. They're
And now they're sleepy.
and they can either
what were we doing?
they'll either
what?
shake it off or fall
Also,
asleep.
ironically, that's kind of how the turtle sounds anyway.
Lord, I am so tired.
And the one that I did not hit is slowed, save ends, but does not fall asleep
Mm.
if he fails a saving throw. So they're all slowed. They all have to make saving throws, and 3 of them will fall asleep if they fail.
Isn't slowing a turtle kind of redundant?
Maybe it speeds him up, wraps around.
No.
No, he's
Well, let's
stilled
find
now.
out.
He's stilled.
That's all I do. Done.
All right.
It's pretty good.
So, let me just add the turtle and the rider to the order because they were not visible to you yet. So I believe the brawlers are next. So this brawler up here, I'll start with the one north of the pool. He is going to lumber over here. And
Slowly.
he only moves 2 because that's the best he can do. While slowed. And he is going to start off with, he's going to do a feral grab on Flessa. So basically this giant hulking lizard creature with a club, Flessa, he is just going to try and put you in a bear hug. Except,
Aw.
lizard hug. This is versus reflex, so he may not have a very good chance of getting this. 19 versus reflex.
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
Flessa is wriggly.
So that having failed, that was a minor action. So he goes in for the hug, and you duck, and so he's like,
And now it's really awkward.
yeah. Now it's really awkward. So he's gonna try and hit you with a club.
Oh, wow.
That is 26 versus AC.
Yeah, that one will hit.
You get walloped in the side of the head for 18 damage.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, these guys are.
Sorry,
are
I
not
didn't realize how
messing around.
brawny these guys were. I had to try to disrupt
it's
that.
in the name.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Well, bra is anyway.
Brawl. Yeah. All right. So, Rizwin, good news.
Hey, about that guy that was just going, he should save to
Boy.
Yeah.
either stop being slowed or fall unconscious.
He succeeded, so that means he is
He's
not
fine.
slowed. He's fine forever. Well, I
Yep.
mean, forever from this status.
Until we murder him.
Yeah.
Rizwin, a giant lizard man, runs up to you and tries to put you in a feral grab.
Great.
This targets reflex. I got a 19 again versus reflex.
That'll definitely catch me in a grab.
All right, you are grabbed. He is going to. This does a bunch of damage, so you will take.
No.
You will take 14 and 5 is 19 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It gets worse, unfortunately.
Oh no.
He's grabbing you. He's then going to try and squeeze.
Does my dwarven resilience help with this?
Big ol' hug.
What does Dwarven Resilience do? I suspect it's poison related.
Nah, it's just I can use my second wind.
Oh, so he rolled a 22 versus Fortitude.
22 versus fortitude. Yeah, no.
Oh, you do not feel good as a giant, hulking, smelly lizard man is squeezing you. You are going to take 18 more damage as he's just kind of like squeezing all the wind out of you.
Cool. I have 2 hit points left.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
all right.
he did 18
Good thing
damage.
you're a cleric.
Yeah.
And you know what? This guy's slowed. What can he do?
That guy isn't slowed.
No. The third one who did not have anyone near him.
And doesn't that guy roll to fall asleep now?
He has his action, then he saves at the end of the turn.
No.
This guy's going to lumber forward.
But what about the guy who just squeezed Rizwin? Isn't he?
He was not affected by
he
my
wasn't
spell.
affected by it. Okay.
No. This guy, all he can do, I guess, is get up to Enda and then roll
His
a
speed
d20.
is 2.
Yeah,
so I'm not,
he can't go that far.
He took 2 move actions,
Oh.
oh,
right?
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
So he gets there. He shakes off the sleepiness. All right. Acrid.
Oh boy. And there's that stupid pit. So Acrid can't actually get.
I think the pit's great.
Mm-mm.
When I was building this room, I was like, you know what this room could use is like a nice conversation pit. And then I was like, you know what would be more deadly than a conversation pit? Regular pit.
I hope the champion doesn't climb out of the pit.
I think that you think the champion is to the north now.
Yeah.
Ruby
Cool.
Town.
I don't think he's going to be needed based on the way things are going so far.
All right.
Nope.
Acrid is going to first inspiring word for Rizwin.
Thank you.
Let's see. You get to add 2 to your hit points.
Okay. That allows me to use a healing surge too, right?
Yes, correct. So surge plus 2.
Great. Surge plus 2 is going to give me plus 11. So I now have 13 hit points.
Yay. And then I think probably a commander's strike and tell Enda to attack the brawler that's already been hit.
The brawler that's already been hit.
Melee.
So let's see.
Since Acrid
Yeah, hit. Do you want to roll for me 2d4 plus 4 damage, Plessa? That's her generic dagger attack.
11.
All right. That brawler is bloodied. All right. So just to paint the picture, 2 brawlers are kind of holding the front line here with Enda and Rizwin up at the front. Melik and Acrid are hanging out right behind them. Flessa is way off across the room fighting another brawler. We have not yet seen the turtle and its rider do anything. Peter Dragonforge, you are next. You are unfortunately kind of way behind the line of battle. You're so far back, you're next to Alestrin. And there's not a lot of space.
Oh, that's pretty far back.
Maneuver. Peter, what will you do?
So, do we know what happened with the rider and the turtle, and if the rider fell asleep?
We don't know yet. They have not had a turn. They're going to go after you.
Oh, they go after me. Okay.
Unless you want to wait until let's see what they do.
So so let me ask this. What is there no space for me? I actually can't get up to the front and fight because of the way it's working?
You know, when you let Enda go first, you may have, it's a small hallway.
Also, is Melik currently standing on top of Enda?
No.
Oh, she's in front of him. Okay. I see.
Yes.
Nope, sorry, Melik. I was just moving things around to see stuff.
Yeah.
It's the nameplates are make it tricky because the nameplates hang into the square below it.
So I have nowhere I can go.
Well, you
You
can
can
chuck a
always
javelin through there
throw
and
a
mark that
javelin.
guy.
Yeah.
Just don't hit me.
One of your
Please.
trademark javelins.
Maybe the guy that's holding Rizwin so he can't continue to crush her without taking some damage.
That'd be great.
Jason is always so sad when he has to throw a javelin.
I
Like,
know.
it really.
It's not.
It's depressing.
It's not good, people. All right. I'm gonna throw a javelin
Yes.
at the
I
guy
love
who is
javelins.
crushing Rizwin.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Please don't hit me.
He's a lot bigger than you are, Rizwin.
It's a critical fail, so I did not hit anything.
Your javelin almost hits Lestrin's foot.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Nice job.
All right. And can you do anything else magical? You are a paladin still. Just to let you know.
Yeah, but what I can do is so limited. I'm going to use my heroic effort and re-roll.
That's not what heroic effort does.
Oh, you're right. It's 4. Well, that's not going to help. I'm
You could
done.
use an action point, but probably you don't want to use an action point on
No,
it.
I don't.
close
I'm going to just say somebody's got to get out of the way so I can.
Can
I
you
can
get close enough to
fight here.
Rizwin to lay on hands?
I
I would
could.
say no because of the
Oh, because she's being hugged.
and also there's a giant crevasse there.
I can't.
looks
I can't
like there's a
stand right
lot
in the
of
corner
edge to that pit.
And yeah, that's a pretty edgy square there for me to just like come up and tap her on the shoulder
How
and grant her
edgy
a
is
healing
it?
surge.
I would say it's like 72% edge and 28%
Can I reach up and just tap her and give her a healing surge?
You know what? I'm going to make you roll something to do that so that you don't fall in the pit. How's
Oh,
that?
boy.
But
Okay.
What
you
do you-
can.
What is your ability that you would like to apply to the situation where you stand on the edge of on a precipice on a square that is not a full square, but that we agree is more than 50% a square?
Am I
and
blind? There's
Diplomacy.
a square right below me that's empty, right?
Acrid's in that square. Can you not see Acrid?
I cannot. I'm gonna reload.
Load.
Reload.
Just so we're clear, I think canonically, crevices do not work on the same properties as like a dollar bill, like where it's 50% of the crevice or something. So I'm going to say, Peter, that seems like a dangerous position to be in. I'm going to ask you to roll something. And here's, if you're really successful, no problem. If you fail by a little bit, you decide that space is not safe for you to occupy and you don't make it into that fit space. If you fail by a lot, you might fall. How's that?
Okay.
What are you going to roll?
Or just roll a d20.
Nah, what kind of skill are you going to apply to it? Is it acrobatics? Is it dungeoneering?
Let's say dungeoneering.
All right. I will not ask you for an explanation of that because of time.
I'm in a dungeon.
I'm in a dungeon. I know where to stand, and I rolled an 8.
And he's wearing an earring, so it's perfect.
You rolled an 8 total.
8 total.
I am going to allow you to do this.
Okay.
So, because greater pain will be visited on you later.
Okay,
Oh.
I tap. Even though she's being held by the brawler, I reach out and give a quick tap to Rizwin, and she gets. I'm going to take a healing surge. She gets her to take her healing surge value, because I'm being helpful. And Tony's covered up his face with paper again.
Hey.
I got a lot of notes here, people.
So Rizwin, as if you took a healing surge, but you didn't. I took it for you.
Oh, so I don't actually take a healing surge?
You don't
get
have
the
to take a
benefits.
healing surge. You just get your healing surge value in hit points. I took it
Oh.
for you. I am
Wait.
spending a healing surge for you to heal.
Why, thank you. I
What a
appreciate
guy.
that. I'm no
What a
longer
guy.
bloodied.
As I stand on the edge of a crevasse and am, yeah,
All right.
teetering.
So here's where things get very exciting. The turtle. Really?
The turtle doesn't breathe fire, does it?
That is an interesting conjunction of sentences.
The turtle is going
Clauses,
to
anyway.
move forward with the rider on the back of it. The turtle is somewhat sleepy.
Is the rider asleep?
Not yet. He gets his turn before he falls
Okay,
asleep.
fine.
That's how Melek's magic works.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
get
right.
that.
You're right. You're right.
The rider on top is whirling, like he's got like a net that he's whirling kind of like a lasso.
Annette.
And
Oh, no.
net.
Can the turtle go that
Um,
far being slowed?
He
Yeah.
moved twice.
Oh,
he
it's a
moved
double
four
move
squares.
again. God.
I thought Annette exploded into snakes. How is this possible?
He is going to throw this net at Enda and Rizwin. Well, Rizwin's already grabbed.
I don't think he can throw a net at Rizwin unless he also covers the brawl.
Captures the brawler.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
I think that's a great idea. I think you should do that.
He's going to throw a spear at Acrid.
So he's just waving the net for flavor.
Yes, he's waving the net for flavor. I hope you're happy.
I am.
He gets Acrid with a spear. He's real excited to throw that net in the future. He does 10 damage to Acrid.
Ow.
And now here is the important thing.
What?
Monty, who do you want to roll to see if they... Oh, so the turtle is just slowed. So let's see if the turtle is still slowed. The turtle is not slowed. Let's see if the rider is slowed.
Or sleep.
They're asleep. Because so far I've succeeded on 3 out of 4 saving throws.
I noticed that.
Another success. He is not slowed. Very unlikely statistically.
I'm taking this daily power back to the shop.
Yes. All right. This is shaping up to be a harsh fight for Dragonforge and Associates. 3 brawny lizard scale brawlers, 1 lizard man riding a giant turtle, which is probably scarier than it sounds like. Imagine a turtle, but like really big. No, bigger than that. Really big. Do they have any chance of making it through this fight to fight the champion? What's the deal with that? Why do they have champions and chieftains? That seems like more levels of stratification than a lizard tribe really needs. For answers to questions such as these, listen to more Total Party Kill, because we're done. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Wow.
So everyone make note of the things that they have. Thankfully, Roll20 saves a bunch of stuff. Flessa, I believe you were given flavor of the gods. Favor of the gods.
Favor of the
Yeah,
gods.
how
Yeah,
long does
the
that-
gods wave the net
Is there
at
a
you.
Time limit on that?
The end of my turn, I believe.
Oh, your next turn.
God, it's just Mrs. Dash.
Yeah.
Seasoning of the gods.
It's really good.
Yeah, the end of my next turn. So
Goodbye, live stream.
Goodbye,
yeah,
live
Bye, live stream.
Bye, live
We love our
stream.
listeners.
Yay.